Alright, bear with me a second, guys. Hope you're all doing well. I'll be with you guys soon. Just need to sort something out. So let's just get this ready. So yeah, try and put like the description into with like keywords and stuff. So some say like, if you fill out your description and stuff, it can help with the algorithm and stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna put a title that'll say something like let me think. So what we're gonna put in the title. Does unconditional love exist? Question mark. So yeah, so I'll be with you guys. All right. Okay, so hope everyone's doing well. So I'm back from it. So the question is, does unconditional love exist? So that's that's a topic I can kind of talk about tonight. So we have to kind of like, first of all, establish what do we mean by unconditional love. So we'll get onto that in a sec. But I hope everyone's had a great day today. So just bear with me a sec. So I got to change the title. So I'm putting so bear with me a second. I'll be with you guys. Does unconditional, hang on, I don't know if I can do that. I'll just leave it at that. Right. Okay, I'll just put that on there. Right. So hello everybody. Hi Albin. Hello TBY2. Hello Call the Honor. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing tonight, everybody? Hope you're all well. So the topic for tonight is, does unconditional love exist? So some people would say unconditional love doesn't exist because there's always some condition that, for example, I will love you unless you betray me or something like that. I mean, can we say that unconditional love truly exists or not? Let me just sort some out. Bear with me a second. Hang on. Start poll. Are you subbed? Yes. No. Yeah. Please do now. I don't know, but just put no. I will now. Okay, so yeah, let's select the live, everybody. So we've got Pastor Semper. Let's have a look. So what we're saying. Hi, thank you for the likes, GLT Wendy. How are you doing? So the topic is unconditional love. So let's just get rid of that. So unconditional love. So how are you doing? I'm not too bad, thank you, Skull. Yeah, not too bad. How are you doing? Bro made an account with random shit. Who are you talking to? Hello, Clip Crafter. How you doing? What do you mean, what am I shaking? Your mama's booty. Anyway. Right, so unconditional love. So what's this? You don't give us a choice in the poll. What do you mean? Hello, basketball. What do you think about? I don't know who that is. Sorry, I don't know. Is KSI the GOAT? No, I think KSI is just you know, I don't really have anything good to say from what I understand about KSI. Really, the KSI, Logan Paul, just all part of the same kind of. A lot of these influencers are not really somebody that we should be looking up to. I don't think, to be honest with you. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, so unconditional love. Let's talk about. Um, yeah, so let's talk about that. So let's see what people say. Unconditional love can only be given by people with the kind of personality type that never had a Facebook or Instagram account. Hmm. Can you explain what you mean? Like, so what you're saying is that anyone that has a Facebook or Instagram account is not capable of unconditional love. Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're trying to say exactly, but is that what you're saying, that if you have a Facebook or Instagram account, then therefore you're not capable of unconditional love? Is that right? That sounds a bit like a generalization, perhaps. I don't know. Hello, basketball. No, I don't. I don't really know a lot of people's. Social media is poison. Delete it all. Well, I guess YouTube, in a way, you could argue is kind of like a social media, but it's not quite the same because you don't have. I don't know. It kind of used to be a bit more of a social media in a sense of like people used to have like YouTube friends, if you remember. Um, what's it? Hello, Sally from Essex. So what, Sally? How's it going, Essex? That's my Essex accent. Hello, Anshal Khan. How you doing? Hope you well. So, what's that? He has a point to an extent. Who's got a point? Sorry, what we? I'm kind of lost here. So, is everybody all right tonight? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. So, no, you know you can't do that, Anshal Khan. Okay. No, if you what you're saying, past deleting it doesn't count. Deleting what? What are you talking about? What's going on here? I'm getting confused. Anyway, make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you give me a follow. Thank you for the likes, Keel. How you doing? Yeah, yeah. Hello, Stacia Black. Um, Welcome in here. Hi, Cozy. Hello, Smiley's back. Welcome back. Good to see you. TBY2's from Manny. Yeah, right, mate. From Manchester. You think Trump will actually take Greenland soon? Let's hear what Trump has to say of the matter, eh? So you're asking me if I will take Greenland soon? Well, it's very soon, very, very soon. I'm going to be taking Greenland and we're going to be building lots of ski resorts. There's lots of snow, so we're going to have lots of snowy things happening on there. Um, yeah. Okay, Rana. Hello, Mr. Belangrick. Welcome in here. What's the chat? We just talk a lot about, different things. I just like to have fun. Sometimes I get serious, sometimes not so serious. Thank you for follow G Lacey. Thank you for the likes. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. 3 out of 10. Are you saying the impressions 3 out of 10 or what's that? I love you. Oh, thank you for subbing. Yeah, nice to meet you, Sally. Yeah. Sally. What's it called? What's that song called? Sally something. Wasn't it a Moby song or something? Yeah, there was a song called what was it called? Hello, Al Lolan. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Sally Up or whatever it's called. Am I posh? I wouldn't say so. Acton man. It looks like it says Action Man, but it's without the I. Yeah. Anyway, what's it called? Sally Up. Because I remember there was a thing called a Sally Up Push Up, and it was based on that song. Moby, Sally Up, whatever. I think, is it called Sally Up? Oh, it's a song called Flower, but there's a lyric that goes Sally Greens Sally up and Green Sally down. Yeah, Green Sally up and Green Sally down. Yeah. Okay, Moon Gaming. Hello, Christiana. How you doing? That was Rides Sally. Ride and Oasis. Don't look back in anger. Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for following Denty. How you doing, Denty? So on two different platforms, on YouTube, TikTok, also on D Live as well, but not many people watch me on there. So technically on three different platforms right now. So trying to multitask here, it can get a bit distracting. But anyway, hi Denty, how you doing? I hope you're doing well tonight. Okay, here we go. The 67s. I thought they would have been done with all that shit by now. I thought something else might have took over and that they got bored with it. The 67 bullshit. Anyway, yeah. Is everybody okay? Where's everybody from? Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the follow, whoever that is. Is that Jassy? You alright? Hope you well. Where you grime hun? What do you mean where am I from? I live in York. Hello, hot guy. Hope you're doing great. Have a nice day. Oh, thank you, Raven. Yeah, you too. Nice to meet you all. What's everybody up to tonight then? Yeah, I thought I'd come back on for a bit and I don't know, the 67. I think it was something to do about somebody being 6'7" or something that just caught on along the net. It's like you get these memes, don't you, that just catch on, don't they, I don't know, it's just you get these young little kids who are just like start spreading these things like wildfire. Hello, Marcus. How you doing? What's the lives all about? Whatever I want them to be about. Well, York is like, it's such a great place. York is so great. It's not as great as New York, but York is a nice, beautiful city. Hello, Miss Karam. How are you doing? So my plan is to take over Greenland. I'm gonna see if there's a. I'm gonna look on ChatGPT for some yeah. Basically a script script for a Trump impression speech about taking over Greenland. So yeah, ChatGPT can be useful sometimes, but I know a lot of people say it can be bad. It can be bad in some ways. You shouldn't rely on it too much. My fellow Americans, and also, I guess, the people of Greenland. Hello, very good people, tremendous people. I hear you love ice. I love ice too. I have the best ice. My drink's always cold. Nobody keeps things colder than me. And let me tell you something, Greenland, wow, beautiful, huge, very white, so much white. People say, sir, how is it so white? Ice everywhere, ice as far as the eye can see. Frankly, it's a real estate dream. Hi, Terry, how you doing? Thank you, user. Hello, Manton. Hello, Reem. Yeah. Thank you. Hello, Iron Women. How you doing? I don't play GTA 5, but it looks cool though. Tell me four British films of any genre. Oh, good question. Um, Kevin and Perry Go Large. Let me think. Probably like 28 Days Later. I think that's a British film, isn't it? So that's two. Anyway, let me just keep going with this. And we're looking at Greenland, folks. We're really looking because right now it's just sitting there, And I said, why isn't it that ours? Nobody had a good answer. Nobody said, we spend billions on defense, billions on maps, and there's Greenland, big, cold, beautiful, just floating up there like a frozen golf course. And I love golf, you know that. We could build tremendous resorts, ice resorts, the coldest resorts. You step outside, boom, instant cryotherapy. Doctors would love it. Athletes would love it. People with back pain cured. Just walk outside, incredible. It goes on and on, but yeah, I think I'll. Anyway, what am I doing? Just having fun, really. Hello, Carol. Welcome back. Hello, Ariaj Singh. Just doing the Trump impression. Yeah, Donald Trump was going about wanting to take over Greenland or something. Yeah. What do you think, guys? This how I imagine. Oh God, what is going on here? Eh? This chat is a mess. How's life going? It's all right, thank you. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Nice to meet you all. So, what's everybody been up to today then? Tap up your screen, share out the live. That would be great. It's weird that after you have something on for a while and then like you take it off and it feels like it's still on, if you know what I mean. It still can feel a bit like you have the thing on your head. Hello, Cheeky. If you've had a hat on your head for so long and then you take it off and it still feels like you've got it on. I think it's something to do with the nerves in your head or something. Thank you for the follow, user. How you doing tonight? Yeah, so what's that? Donald Trump is the best. Oh, really? I don't know about that. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know, really. Oh, goodness. Anyway, you used to like him. What made you change your mind on that? Why do you not like him now? He's a very bad guy, is Donald. Very terrible guy. Hello, Gungus. Oh God, here we go. Anyway, so yeah, that was Donald Trump's speech about the Greenland takeover. I hope you enjoyed that, Sally. Let me know how it was. Yeah, Ruby Murray. Yeah, Ruby Murray. So if you're in London, it's called a Ruby Murray. Yeah, I'm gonna have a Ruby Murray. It's Cockney rhyming slang for curry. Yeah. Yeah, it was right. Tasty. Oh, what's that? Thank you for joining me tonight, everybody. Yeah, if anyone's new, make sure you give me a follow or subscribe. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you all. What are your plans for the rest of the day, everybody? Yeah, keep the chat flowing. Is everybody okay? Hope everyone's well. Come on, guys. Who else can you do what you're saying? Who else can I do? I can do Brian Cox, the scientist. Hello, Warren. I can also do Gary Barlow. He talks really slow. That performance was absolutely fantastic. User, what's your name? Cheeky says definitely getting. Okay, that's you in it. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, yeah, I'll do a few different ones. Let me think of some other ones. Oh, I can do a Gordon effing Ramsay. That food was effing raw. I can't serve that to my Michelin effing star customers. They come here expecting exquisite food. I would not feed to my cat. My cat would effing throw up at that. The bloody hell was that. I can't really do Kia. I don't know. Brian was better. Or Brian Cox. Oh yeah. Hi, Core Master. You don't like that I was doing AI content or something? I was just like messing around with the AI tool that's on YouTube. Tricon, you mean Sadiq Con? I don't know which con you're talking about. Hope you're well tonight, everybody. Anyway, hello, C. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. Share this out if you can, everybody. Oh, I don't know how to do Sadiq Con. I don't know what he sounds like. So he does this thing with his, if you want to do Gordon Ramsay, it's like that, very staccato. Yeah. Hello, John Pork. I am from Russia. There's this guy from Liverpool, and he talks like that. And his name's John Bishop. The most famous sculptor in the country. Hi, Jade, how you doing? I saw you was live, but yeah, doing my impressions again. I can't really do Alan Carr, really. Any other talents? I do this thing, my mouth harp. I'm in York. Yeah, how was your live stream, Jade? Did you gain a lot of new followers or something? How many are you on now? Life's so boring to me lately. All the Nigerians want to talk about where I'm from and if I'm married. Oh yeah, I was getting that a lot myself as well. Yeah, can get a bit boring, can't it? Yeah, John Bishop from Liverpool. Yeah. Anyway, who else is there? Hello, Yanis. How you doing? You like the Joe harp? So how are you feeling after the gym then? Are you feeling any better? You said you recovering faster or anything like that? Hello, Shane. You don't have bad teeth considering you're Brit. Oh, really? You were trying to say that Brits have bad teeth or something? Oh, goodness. That's a bit of a stereotype, isn't it? My arms don't work, so there's that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a shame. You won't be able to, do stuff to yourself, and well, yeah, if your arms aren't working, you know what I mean? User says rude. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry her anyway. Oh god, that song was so cringe, wasn't it? Hello, everybody. Hello, Cheeky. Did you get that off Team U? Nah, I got it off your mama. I don't know why the Americans reckon we have bad teeth, then they gotta pay F5K for a filling. Oh, really? Oh, no. Is that true? Have you seen that guy called Beaver with the turkey teeth or something, whatever? Like, they call them turkey teeth because they go to Turkey to, like, get their teeth done or something. No, there's really, like, unnaturally white teeth or something. Hello, WO2. No, I don't live with my parents. Thank you very much. Better natural anyways. Oh, yeah. True. Hello, the struggler. Welcome back. Oh yeah, you want the Donald Trump? I was just doing it earlier, actually. If you go back earlier into the live, but anyway. Oh yeah, Jeremy Kyle. That's what probably a lot of Americans think of British people in it. The Jeremy Kyle type of people. Yeah, that show was a bit cruel though, the way that it kind of did the whole lie detector test because someone actually unalived themselves over it. So I was looking at the statistics on unalivings per year. You're not going to believe this. No, I'm not Charlie Kirk, Spiffy. So guess how many unalivings? Guess how many people unalive themselves every single year? Does anyone, just without looking it up, does anyone know this number? Because you might be shocked. Worldwide, thank you for the likes, Rob. Every single year, how many people unalive themselves? So yeah, if you don't know this, you're going to probably be quite, oh wow, that is a lot. So anyway, so I don't know if anyone knows this answer, but don't look it up because yeah, no, it's more than 500,000. It's 703,000. Yeah. So think about that. That's almost 703,000, 703,000 per year. That's just in 1 year. That is, yeah, yeah. Could be millions. I mean, it could be because a lot of it might not even be reported. So 703,000 is just whatever is, is recorded. So the actual numbers could be higher, Hello, Haley, how you doing? Because not every person that they can know for certain, can they? So it's not always, well, can you imagine 703,000 though? You know, that is a lot. That's just per year. So in, let's say, 100 years, that's about 70 million, which is like the population of Britain. In 100 years, that's how much. Yeah. So anyway, that is apparently the numbers. When I looked it up, 703,000. I don't know how true those numbers are, but that's what I saw. So Anthony Bourdain used to talk about it on his show for years, though. Right. Yeah, I remember there was I heard about somebody called Anthony Bourdain. But wasn't expecting. Yeah, I just thought I'd come back on because I'll probably go out later. Many through money worries, probably. Yeah, a lot of it's kind of people's mental health and stuff like that. But I guess financial stress and things like that does play into mental health, doesn't it? Hello, Stephen. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? So, like, financial burdens and things like that. And it's just the system doesn't really give a fuck about people, does it? It's like, like, yeah, bad childhood is a thing, but it's like the whole thing is that the system does not, support people. It does not give people the. Yeah, I strolled away for a second. What topic we're on? I was talking about the number of unalivings of people. Well, thank you for the likes, Claire. How you doing? People who unalive themselves every year. That is recorded 703,000 worldwide. So yeah, there's a lot of different reasons why people do it. Sometimes it could be even things like divorce and people getting screwed over and things like that. I've heard is quite a big reason. So there's a lot of different reasons why people would do that. But you're from Austria? Oh yeah. I said, yeah, I'm in York, Carmaster. Anyway, hope you're all well tonight. Lady Debs, how you doing? Oh God, yeah. For me, it was literally as simple as feeling alone in the world. Yeah. So what is it that you've tried? Do you say you've tried to do it or something? Hello, Abigail. So yeah, loneliness is a big factor as well. It's like system is corrupt. Yeah, I agree. It's the system is only there to prop up the ultra rich, basically. I could do it to it, but what you on about, Shane? I don't know. So yeah, a lot of people have become lonely, and yeah, it's I remember there was this thing that happened. You remember with the lockdowns, right? And this was how messed up it all was, right? What happened, right? So because of stupid laws where they were saying about only a certain amount of people could go to a funeral. So there was this young woman who wanted to go and see her, went to go to her grandfather's funeral, and guess what? They wouldn't let her. So you know what happened? She unalived herself. So then they had to change the rules or something because of that. It should never have got to that point in the first place. This is what happens with the government. They'll just do whatever they want until they're forced to, like, because something bad happens and there's enough of an outcry about it, then they'll change things up, you know? But it should never get to that point in the first place. What is up with my lips? Sorry, it's just like, yeah. Anyway, so it should never have got to that point in the first place with these things, you know? Yeah, it was all a mess. Like, the rules, none of them hardly made any sense. I mean, there's a lot of contradictions and things like that where, yeah, you had the governments where they were like, oftentimes not even, you know, doing it. And yeah, it's just a lot of things are just, yeah, I would say just like a big con and just, I just, I don't know. I actually think they were trying to just see, like, what would people put up with? You know, how much could they get away with? You know, if they could get everyone in a state of fear, how much could they put up with? How much would society put up with, basically? Yeah, it's like a way of testing people. And then they would do the thing with the jabs. And how much could they coerce? How much could they depopulation and financial reset? Yeah. Actually, a lot of the deaths happened not because of the virus itself, but because of a lack of medical treatments and things like that. A lot of people didn't get screenings for cancer because of social distancing and whatever. So, I mean, it's yeah, poor folk get nothing really. Effing hit the government. Yeah, no, it's an absolute disgrace. I mean, like I said earlier, you know, basically you've got poor people and food banks, but yet you've got these people coming in on boats and stuff, getting put in hotels and stuff. Now, I think that would be understandable if we were actually in a country where we actually had, you know, everything sorted out, right? Now, you could say it's the government's fault in the first place. I think we should be looking at the government's. My theory is that if it was China's way of depopulating their aging nation, but then it spread. I think it goes deeper than that, really, but I don't know. I think this whole thing was a worldwide planned thing, personally. But anyway, our poop is back. I don't know. I don't think it was that was just the reason for it, but um, yeah. Anyway, now that kind of makes sense in that because China's quite, you know, quite a high population to say the least, but big cover up to test, see how much you comply with. Yeah, like because people talk about lab leaks and stuff like that. I don't think it was an accident. You know, YouTube administration was an obedience test. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what's that? 100% work. I had CV before, and then after, yeah. I mean, from what I understand, they can reduce the symptoms, but they won't stop you transmitting it. Um, but I've heard also in some people that there's less effective than others, but it's kind of like a flu vax where they're more just attack kind of what they call attenuate the symptoms or something. Like I had it back in 2020, but yeah, I didn't get the jab, but yeah. But there was people that have said to have had some nasty symptoms from, what does that mean? GHS to receiving it. What do you mean? What does that mean? Why do we have immune systems to fight off disease? But some might say, oh, well, the jab would help you to fight it off or something. But it's just like I mean, actually, my dad after his second dose said he wouldn't have any more because he had some nasty symptoms after that one. First time I had it, I literally thought I was going to. Second time, it was just meh, annoying. A lot of that would be natural immunity. So, like, if you added the virus, then you probably won't get it as bad the second time because your body's already built some antibodies. However, with the jab, it only protects you against the spike protein, which is only a small bit of the virus. And if that part of the virus actually mutates faster than the rest of it. Whereas with the natural immunity, it protects you against the whole virus. So the whole virus doesn't actually mutate that quickly. So there's less chance of it escaping natural immunity than with, yeah. A guy in my village is paralyzed after getting a jab. He's in a wheelchair now. Yeah, I've heard about stuff like that thing called, what is it called? What's it called? I've heard a bunch of stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the illness, but I've heard some pretty horrible stuff happened after it. And yeah, got an effing snake in my living room and a gigantic spider in my toilet. I hate Australia. That's probably why I would never want to live there, to be honest. I wouldn't want to put up with shit like that, you know? What's this? Zoe said, I didn't have any jazz. You still get it either way. Hmm. What's that? Don't agree with anti-views. I think a lot of it's just ignorance and being uneducated. Well, I could say the same with the opposite as well. Like, there's a lot of people who, like, on the side of the jab, who kind of they pushed it hard, and then they kind of made out like it was 100% safe. But when I look at like the risk versus reward, for like young healthy people, it didn't really look good. So that's the actual kind of data that was they didn't really put out. So yeah. So yeah, I mean yeah, I know you're all sciencey and all that. Problem is sometimes certain so-called science can get corrupted. Um yeah, it exists with everything, but it's like sometimes certain things, the side effects can be worse than the actual thing itself, you know? But yeah, it's just look, but it's like you shouldn't need to be like coercing people into getting it. If it's really that good, then I just don't agree with bringing something out so quickly like that. I mean, normally it would have to go through rigorous testing that would last years upon years, probably about 5 to 10 years of to see medium to long term effects. So you can't really just be giving somebody something like that within a few months of, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I mean, Sir Louise. That's the thing. Yeah, because I heard about pregnant women and stuff like that. There was a whole bunch of cases of where people, you've got to be very careful. So, yeah, I've heard about that, Pastor, and I think I actually had my old account gotten rid of because of mentioning that stuff, Pastor. TBF, the period it took to create the job makes sense in the context of technological advancement, but you need long-term studies. I'm not talking about how long it took to produce. I'm talking about when you produce something like that, it needs rigorous testing to see if it's actually safe. Otherwise, it cannot be labeled as such. And yeah, they just create anything quick and expect you to just have it done. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it took 10 years to create, but I'm not talking about how long it takes to create. I'm talking about how long it should take to, So remember, it was something like, I think up to about 2023, it was still in the testing. It still was in phase 3 of testing or something to get like long-term data on it. So that was over 2 years really from when it was put out. Um, what were you saying, Kaiser? Obviously, everyone's got different. I don't know who that is, Kaiser. but everyone's got their own opinion and stuff. And yeah, obviously the virus itself can be nasty in certain people, and certain people immune compromised, I think, probably would benefit from it. Um, but that isn't really kind of like, I don't think, yeah. Hello, Story. How you doing? Everybody's story-eyed. Yeah, it reminds me of that song, Ellie Goulding. Everybody. Anyway, but I get what you're saying, but I mean, it wasn't exactly like the plague, so yeah. I mean, anyway, maybe we should try and get off this thing, but yeah, that was in my head too when you read that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, goodness. Anyway, but yeah, is anyone still on the YouTube live? What makes me happy? What makes me happy? I mean, lots of things really. A funny joke. Um, yeah, nice blue skies. And it's nice and warm, blue skies. Yeah, it's good to have a debate. I'm not like, I don't want to argue with people or anything. I'm just kind of, yeah. It's just like, I guess it's like the religion stuff. Everyone can have a different opinion and stuff. And like, everyone gets, so people can get quite heated about certain things because they're like, um, yeah, nice and simple. I like that. Yeah, yeah. It's just, we should try and learn to appreciate the simple joys in life. Oftentimes we get so caught up in comparisons and looking at other people, and a lot of them are fake anyway. A lot of these influencers that people are looking up to, and that can be affecting people's mental health. They feel like they're falling behind in life because they haven't got a yacht, they haven't got a Bugatti. But guess what? They probably don't own that stuff. They're probably, a lot of those are actually living on borrowed time. Hello, Cargo. I think learning about your own true self gives meaning and happiness. Yeah, I think so. I try to understand why it is I do what I do. Why is it that I behave the way I do? Why is it that I need to do certain things to satisfy myself? Why is it that I need to, you know what I mean? Sometimes we have to just kind of, yeah, just look within, look, yeah, and you'll find the answers sometimes if you just look deep within inside. And yeah, anyway, I hope you're all well, people. Like I could be having the worst day, and then I'll see a pair of snails and everything is fine. Yeah, that's like the thing, isn't it? Where one thing that could happen that will just like completely change your feeling of that day. Like you could have the worst day ever, and then suddenly you might have a news or something. Someone gives you some great news, and suddenly it's like you're on top of the world. Like that bad shit that happened. It's like that doesn't even matter anymore because you just had some great news or something. Like for example, you could be having a shit day, and then maybe your partner says, "Oh, guess what? We're having a baby," or something like that. For example, you'd be like, everything's just kind of, hello, concern. How you doing? What's your name? Hope you're well. Hello, Debs. Good to see you again. How are you? So I'm just saying like that. Yeah, you just gotta, I guess, try and just appreciate the simple joys in life and not dwell on all the things that we can't do anything about. I don't Rahab. We can dwell on all the negative BS and who has a partner here? Well, I don't. But it's funny how people call it partner now. I guess I'm kind of just going along with that, but because you think of a partner as like a same sex couple or something. They would usually refer to that as partners. But I notice a lot of straight couples referring to each other as partners nowadays. Like I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but hello, maid. You look too wise. I hope this stream has meaning to it. Just a bunch of crazy single women doing tarots. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that out there, to be honest. Haley says I used to say partner. Oh, did you? I like the word partner. It feels more serious than boyfriend, girlfriend, I suppose. But it just sounds like a kind of, I don't know. I would say that you'd be boyfriend and girlfriend, but then it's like, I guess it depends. It's like, well, not all of them want to get married or something. I don't know, but then usually what happens is they would then get engaged and then their fiancés or something. Like my boyfriend makes people sound like 15 years old. I suppose, yeah, it does a bit, but I don't know. Yeah, I suppose partner sounds a bit more grown up or something and serious. Um, Hope you're doing well. Make sure you subscribe if follow if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. Is everybody all right tonight then? Yeah, it does to be fair, but I don't know. Right. I just remember I was talking with this. Well, Richard was talking to me about that, Haley, about the whole partner thing. People referring to their significant other as a partner. I don't know if and he thought that was a bit odd. Maybe he's just not used to, calling it that unless it's like a same-sex couple or something. Um, Last time, what you mean fusion? Story says, I like the word partner as well. It feels more mature. Right. Partner is plausible deniability. What do you mean? What do you mean it's plausible deniability? Can you explain what you mean? What do you think of Tommy Robinson? I think he's a bit of a grifter, to be honest with you. Hello, 10, yeah. Like, I think because his more loyalties with like Israel and he's been kind of compromised by that. So it's like he's basically a proud Zionist, but it's all just because they're. I think, from what I understand, they're actually. It's kind of like being lobbied by them, pretty much. Is from what I understand. I remember someone exposed him a while ago as being like a. Yeah, hello, Andrew. There's basically like a shill. Gym question: is it okay that my joints are like really clicky after gym? That doesn't sound great. Have you tried maybe like doing some? I don't know. I wouldn't want to recommend anything much for that, but maybe some kind of stretches or something. I don't know, to just kind of see if there's any tensions and things, and maybe just kind of maybe it just help it kind of pop back or something. I don't know. I don't really. This isn't my area of expertise really, but hello Gucci, how you doing? Hello Adit Yaker, how you doing? We need your intelligence about this in NL. What do you mean? Sorry, what are you talking about? Yeah, true. Maybe I'll do a slow walk on the treadmill. Maybe that'll help. Just something light, I guess. You don't want to. Yeah, I look like a KGB agent. Oh, really? When you say girlfriend, it's a specific thing you're committed, but partner is a vague term. One may have many partners. Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. It does sound a bit kind of, yeah. Hello, might be a bot. 'Cause I noticed it seems like a lot more people are going for like open relationships or something. I don't know. Hello, Zanudas. How you doing? I don't know. It does sound like the word partner doesn't sound really that committed or something because, like you said, you could have multiple partners, but then you could have multiple girlfriends and boyfriends, I suppose. I don't know. Monogamy is cool. Yeah. I don't know. Everyone's got their own thing, but it's like, hello, yeah. What's your opinion on strict immigration policy being adopted by countries like USA and UK? I wouldn't even really say that our immigration policies are even really being kind of like done properly, or you've got a lot of people passing the borders and stuff. So love polyamory. I wish my brain was okay with that. Nah, I'm not a fan of all that stuff personally, but you know, but I don't know. But each to their own, I guess. I could never have an up on that. Neither could I. I just need it. I just need an emotional lover now. Oh, I don't. Yeah, what's your name? Like, why did it, has it got another name than user? The idea of having like five partners and pooling resources in a big house, amazing. I mean, I guess, but like, I don't know. I just would rather just if I'm with somebody, then that's exclusive and yeah. Oh, Hannah. Okay, cool. Um, What's that? What's everywhere? Sorry. I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, but you could just have friends if you want to do that, I guess. Emotional connections to start with. Oh, yeah. Yeah, mentally, I'm too jealous, but would be cool. Yeah, you're saying about more just in terms of like, yeah, if you want to, yeah, a lot of people would just have friends and they would just kind of have a, yeah, because let's say you wanted to buy a mansion, right? You could get one for like 1 million and then you would just pool together. You could have like friggin' 20 people in a mansion or something. And yeah, it would be like a, yeah, I want one true love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, oh yeah, the dream. Yeah, it'd be like a, you could have a swimming pool. You could have everything, couldn't you? Hello, flower power. You okay? Hello, MC Hammer. Uh, I don't know. I don't really like rating people, really. You know, like reducing people down to a rating out of 10. I don't know. I don't even want love anymore. I'm just happy in my spinster era. Spinster era. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, fair enough. If you enjoy that, then yeah, more power to you. You know. Yeah, yeah. Spinster. Spinster sounds like not a very. I don't know the word. It's just like. I mean, bachelor just sounds better for some reason, but spinster. I don't know why. Like they call them that. It just sounds a bit. Maybe it's from a time where like women were kind of looked down on more for like being unmarried or something. So we call them spinster. It sounds, yeah, it sounds witchy. I don't know. It's like spinster. It's like I don't know. It has a kind of a certain connotation, I guess. Cat lady. Oh yeah, cat lady. That's what they call them. Cat mom or whatever, or cat mother. Um. Okay, can you just like, just get out of here? All the trolls and what have you. Hello, Doreen. How you doing? Yeah, keep getting a bunch of trolls and stuff. But hello, anime. How you doing tonight? I hope you're well. Guess a lot of people will probably be having some food and stuff at this time, won't they? It's just that sort of time of day. People having their evening meals and stuff. Jamie, I think me and Z Jax. What's Z Jax? Z Jax. I don't know. Hi, Sean. Jade, what, sorry? Although after my cat goes, I'm not allowed any more pets. So cat lady minus the cat. Why not allowed any more pets? Are you trying to ask no, no. No, 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 definitely not. No, no, Anna, no. No, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. Okay, whatever. Service guidelines network, whatever. Spinster equals self partner. Oh really? Um I love being a cat lady, lol. Oh yeah, cat lady. Yeah, some people use it as like a kind of to put someone down. You're training good. Oh yeah, yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I might do some training later. But yeah, I didn't do as much yesterday because like the day before yesterday, I went really hard with the gym stuff. You got to make sure you're not like going too hard with it, because it can end up wearing you out if you're not careful. Thank you for follow whoever that is. Nice one. Yeah. Um, all right. Yeah. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Share this out if you can. Hi. Hi. Hi, ma'am. How you doing? Hello, angry carrot. Yeah, gotta pace your workload. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Keisha. I don't like to be with a partner. I love to jiggle. What the hell? Hello, Shiva. Mr. President, you said that if Iran attacked the protesters, the US Army would respond, but you seem completely calm now. Yeah, like I am very calm, very stoic. Um, we can act on emotion. Hello, Keisha. How you doing? Mickey Mouse. I don't know. Mickey Mouse sounds a bit like Herbert the Pervert off Family Guy. Hi there, Chris. But except with Herbert, there's like a whistle every time he says the letter S. Hi, Chris. Goodness. Yeah, that's a yeah. Hope you're doing well tonight, people. What have you all been up to today, everyone? Is everybody okay? Um, Tap your screens up, people. Share the live. Sharing is Karen. Yeah. Everyone okay? Keep the chat flowing. Yeah. We don't seem to be as. It was quite busy last night. We had quite a lot of views on the YouTube, especially. But yeah, I like it when it's quite interactive and stuff. Being cleaning hardcore, yeah, I feel it, fair enough. Oh yeah, you had a good workout doing that. That's good then. Just trying to avoid the awkwardness. Yeah, sometimes things can get awkward, and then like I don't even know what to say at that point, and I can go a bit silent, and I'm like, what am I supposed to say here? Especially when there's people arguing and stuff, and I try to um, just sort of like, yeah. So back to the topic of like, does unconditional love exist? What are your thoughts on that? Some say that unconditional love only exists for one's child. Is that true? Because sometimes a parent would, even if that child is nasty and whatever, and they would still love the child. But does that, what's that, not in human nature outside of children? Yeah. And I think it's even rare in that case because I think I'd argue most parents would actually not have unconditional love for their children, even. Hello, German. How you doing? What? Yes. What? Sorry. What are you on about? But it's just, yeah. Because with unconditional love, it's like, so let's have a look at the actual meaning when we're talking unconditional. Well, you would think of there's no conditions. So, yeah. Well, you get all these like, like people going on about, well, not all of them, but a lot of everybody. And I mean, how can you love everybody though? So it says about loving without conditions or judgment, but it's like I think we all judge to some degree. I guess like we can all. Someone wrongs us, then it's like it's hard not to judge somebody, really, isn't it? Hello, Zane. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that. It's not something I really have any sort of the societal condition of monogamy and slut shaming goes against our nature as animals. Well, I just still don't agree with it personally. Hello, JB8. How you doing? I hope you're well. I mean, I don't agree with that stuff, but we can agree to disagree, I guess. But I'm not going to be with someone if it's going to be an open relationship. So if people want to do that, they can go ahead and do that. I'm not trying to stop anyone from doing that. Well, you wrote an essay about it, did you? It's like, I don't want to be with someone that's just going to be with other people. That's not, I'd rather be by myself, in that case, you know? And it's not societal conditioning or anything. It's just the fact that I just don't want to do it. So yeah, I wouldn't want to be doing that. It's just not something I would be happy with. Yeah, I'm always live. Okay. But anyway, yeah, yeah. But I mean, you can say about, we're not monogamous animals or something, but I mean, there seems to be certain people that can actually kind of do that and like kind of be faithful to like one person, and obviously everybody's different. And but yeah, I'm not going if it's going to be like that though. It's going to be polyamorous, if they're just going to then leave me, get with somebody else, or if they're going to get with somebody else whilst being with me, like nah. So either I have, you know, loyalty, monogamy, all that, or I just stay single. So either that or that. So yeah, I'm single. Yeah, yeah. So you're talking about a primal sense. I mean, like there's certain things that we have primally, like tribal mentality and stuff like that, and fighting against certain instincts, I guess, and where it's about trying to overcome your own kind of, yeah, I suppose, like there's certain instincts that we might have that to do certain bad things, but then it's all has to do with, there's two sides of the brain, like the monkey brain and then the other side of the brain, which has the ability to like challenge that kind of animalistic kind of based on emotional kind of impulses and stuff. I feel like religion and society has tried to remove too many of our animal instincts. I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree entirely because a lot of these animal instincts are from like basically from like kind of prehistorical kind of times, and society moves on, but then kind of, but when we have certain animal instincts that aren't always good, like for example we can have certain irrational fears that have been passed down through generations, and nice to meet you, Becky, aren't always good for us. In certain instances it can be good, but then it would be good if we could evolve a certain thing where the brain can understand if it's actually in a certain dangerous situation, where it can tell, oftentimes it can't tell the difference between safety and danger, and it will react to danger even when it's entirely safe. So that's yeah, anyway, every country needs defense low IQ person. What do you mean? What are you saying? Hello, Dane. I sound like, well, yeah, animal instincts. Are you trying to like, hello, Dexter? Who's Osman? It looks like we're getting some trolls and stuff, so yeah, whatever. I don't know, but anyway, hi, Kells, how are you doing? Hope you well. It's like, certain things like this need for like validation and stuff like that, and certain things that, you know, where our brains can get messed up with certain, I guess a lot of it's with the social media, and the brains haven't really adapted to that kind of stuff. Hello, Mikey. Hello, Usman. How you doing? Hello, hello. What's this? Gain Pradeep. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Welcome in here. Share this out if you can. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, I guess I'm kind of like an all or nothing kind of person, really. Hello, Jorish. Either I'm with someone who's going to be 100% faithful and loyal to me, or I'm be with nobody, That's just how I am. That's how I roll. So people can disagree with that, but that's just how I'm gonna be. But yeah, hi Jorish, how you doing? Hannah says same here. Yeah. Thing is, there was this like, yeah, there was this woman that I was talking to, but then thing is, I shouldn't have bothered, but she was with somebody else, and then yeah, that was not a good idea. But I think I've learned from that now, and just yeah, never mess with somebody that is with somebody else, even if they seem as though they don't really love the person that they're with, and they're just kind of yeah. Mr. Z8188, how you doing? Hope you well tonight. There is a lot of pretenders out there. There's a lot of people they'll just use you for attention, for validation, but I'm trying not to be angry and pissed off at people like that, but it's just because again, it's human nature you could argue, but it's just it'd be good if people could just try and work against that and actually try and just do the right thing and not be, leading somebody on whilst also doing shit behind somebody's back. So yeah, that's just me. That's just what. Hello, Indian Muslim Kashmiri. Well, yeah, there's a lot of bad shit going on, and yeah. Anyway, let's see. I don't know. Why is everyone? I don't know what's going on. Everyone's talking about India and Pakistan or something. I don't know a lot about what's going on there. Esha, hello, how you doing? Well, I was just basically like, it was just she was talking to me, and then like, well, it's just it was originally just going to be like, she said, "Oh, I can't be with you because I'm with somebody else," but then things started developing like feelings and stuff. But she was doing this knowing she was with him, and then like she was like basically like she knew that she was probably doing the wrong thing. Like she would not probably tell me about him. I don't think she said anything about me because I remember one time I was on a video call with her, and she like apparently her partner shown up, and she cut the call off immediately, saying my partner's shown up, and she just went off the call like she was being secretive. Why would you knowingly be? It's like you're doing the wrong thing if you're having to be secretive. You know, like if you have problems in your relationship, you need to deal with that. Like you can't be going talking to other people to try and I don't know to fill some kind of void or whatever. Hello, Robin. How you doing? That's just my kind of like principles, I guess. But it's just I should never have bothered to continue with that. Hello, Daisy, because it was inevitably going to end up in this position where I'd just be let out to dry. I mean, well, she should have probably, but apparently would have got engaged or something. It was all because of me, basically, because I ended up telling the guy about it because I got to a point where it's like, okay, he needs to know, you know, because I'm not just going to let her kind of get away with this, and he's going to find out, and then he can deal with it however he wants to deal with it. Hi, Richard, how you doing? I hope you well. Like he needs to, but then they got engaged after that. Like, why would you get engaged to somebody who's been talking to other people behind your back? Like, this is the person you want to get married to now? Something doesn't seem right. All right, Michaela, how you doing? Hi, James, how you doing? I don't know. Yeah, people are strange, exactly. That's what I come to realize. People's psychology and shit. Oftentimes, it's really fucked. Thank you for the gift, man. Nice one. Mr. Z says, okay, I'm not, I don't know what's going on with all that. I don't know, but yeah, but you shouldn't be like, I suppose, if you can't be like loyal to one person, then you should probably maybe be in an open relationship or something. Then, if that's what you want to do, where you could, if you, so maybe it's better for them people to be in an open relationship if they can't be like, if they have to be secretive and all that, and at the first sign of any kind of conflict, then they'll just kind of go and talk to somebody else. Then maybe you shouldn't be in a monogamous relationship in that case. But yeah, I don't know. I hope everyone's well tonight anyway. Share this out if you can, that would be really appreciated. It's just when, people get hurt and people get led on and all that stuff I just don't agree with. Yes, I am British, yeah. Yeah, I am British, yeah. Hope you're all well tonight, everybody. Share this out if you can, that would be really appreciated. What does everyone want to talk about? I don't know. It's just sometimes I can get quite passionate when I'm talking about this kind of stuff because it's good for you. Stay away from drama that both losers deserve each other rather than spoiling someone else's life. Yeah, this is the thing, right? This is what I realize. He's probably, but then again, right? Maybe she's, fucked with his self esteem. We don't know, right? Like, I think, okay, has she messed with his self esteem, or maybe she took advantage of him being like, maybe he's quite a nice guy, I'm guessing, and he's just kind of somebody that obviously puts up with a lot of stuff. But thing is, he needs to realize that she's that he needs to, be able to kind of walk out. If he, hello, Wazza. I'm not bi, no, I'm straight. Why? Hello, Thorfinn. How you doing? I hope you're well. Um, I'm going to take over Venezuela. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I was saying that he was a loser, and people were saying it was a bit unfair at him. But it's like the thing is, what I mean is, and I'm not trying to like be harsh. I mean, it's just that if he's gonna like put up with all this shit, he's obviously put up with it before. Then what does he have such low self esteem, so low self worth? If he's gonna do that, if he's just gonna like keep putting up with this shit. Like, at first sign of anyone like cheating or anything like that, I'd be done. You know. Hello, Kat. How you doing? Love is just attraction, nothing else. Is stupidity spread by some gooners. Oh, really? Well, I guess maybe you've never actually been in love with anybody. I'm guessing by the sounds of it. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just kind of. Hello, Alter 15. How's it going? What's your name? Welcome to my live. I just don't like when people lead people on and make people feel certain things. They mess with people's emotions. I just think it's kind of despicable, to be honest. Like, people need to be honest, and one of my life goals, says Oliver. So yeah, I want to try and build my social media up and get somewhere with it. Hello, Chloe Life. Good to see you. How are you doing tonight? You're saying you agree. Yeah, what you agree. You're on about people messing with people's emotions. Um, I mean, to me, love isn't just like a kind of feeling. Love is about putting somebody else's interests before your own. It's an ability to, you know, and I feel like a lot of people don't really have that. True love isn't always pretty. It's something that is beyond just lust. A lot of people seem to be confusing love and lust. You're talking about lust, I believe. That like the romance, the feelings, and all that. That is all lust. Hi, Chris. Chris Bradley. How you doing? The end of the day, we're on a piece of a million-year-old rock flying through space, and we're talking monkeys. Okay, if that's what you want to think? Yeah, that's what a lot of science would say, and that's probably what it is pretty much. But we have to try and find some kind of meaning in life. This is what I mean. It's like whether there's an inherent meaning or not, we should try to at least feel a sense of importance in our own life, at least anyway. That's a kind of like a more nihilistic kind of view of the universe. Oh, we're just this kind of, you know, it's all relative, isn't it? Because you know, like we're infinitely, I guess you could say we're infinitely powerful and infinitely insignificant at the same time, or something. It's a kind of it's an interesting thing, but yeah, infinity going both ways, and yeah. Hi, London Bell. How you doing? Like this kind of fractal kind of thing where going deeper and deeper down at atomic level, subatomic level. I mean, who knows if there's like they found things like quarks and things like that. Does it go even deeper than that? Is there constantly more and more subatomic, subatomic particles and things like that? How deep does this type of stuff go? Like it could go down the other way infinitely, and we could be like infinitely huge in comparison to that. So it's all relative, basically. I mean, yeah, loyalty and respect are integral in any relationship, love or friendship. Yeah, 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 that's right. Lamphey says WW3 will never happen. Why is that then? I mean, do you know that? Are you psychic? You know what's going to happen in the future or something? You know for sure that World War III is never going to happen. Yeah. What else do you predict then? Like some kind of oracle or something? You say it will never happen. How do you know that? Hello, Tiger King. That is quite a bold statement, isn't it? It will never happen. Yeah, never going to happen. Really? So you know that, do you? Thank you for sure, Richard. It's definitely not going to happen, right? Need to be blind to see it's not round the corner. I mean, it looks like this thing's brewing up, but we'll see what happens, basically. But I'm just saying, like, to say it's never going to happen is kind of that's a claim. But yeah, anyway, and WW3 is not practical. What do you mean it's not practical? I mean, what can you explain about that then? Anyway, hope you're all well tonight, people. Sugar and Spice, how are you doing? You okay? Hope you've had a great day today. Share this out if you can, everybody. Yeah, not too bad, Tiger King. Yeah, just share the live out if you can, everybody. That'd be really appreciated. Mary, how you doing tonight? How have you been today? Then Haley, Richard, thank you for the follow, Lorato. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. Maybe I'll play on some mouth harp. Oh, you're at work, so you've been in and out. Oh, fair enough. New Age war, what you're saying. New Age wars are different. They are technical and many things like CV came. Yeah, so there's different types of warfare. There's psychological warfare. There's, tactical warfare. There's like, yeah, things like subversion and stuff like that. Like there's a whole bunch of different types of warfare. They're not all about, you know, shooting people down and stuff like that and putting bombs in places and you know what I mean. Anyway, hope everyone's well tonight. Share this out if you can. That'd be really appreciated. Algorithm control. You could say about that type of warfare in terms of mental or psychological warfare using propaganda to control people. They will not force us. Anyway, everybody okay tonight? Hope you're all well. Um, is it as bad over in the UK as they show it on the news? What about about the whole migration stuff? I mean, apparently there's like hundreds coming in like daily or something like that. It's on these boats. And the thing is, they're all like mostly military aged men. So if they're fleeing war torn countries, why is it all men then? Why are they all these military aged men? Like, I'm just not really buying it. When they say, oh, they're fleeing war torn countries, like, really? You know? Is that really what we're going to believe now? I mean, yeah, maybe there's some out there that are desperately fleeing somewhere, but now, some might argue that all these people leaving are just cowards, that they should stay and actually fight for their country, but they're leaving it behind and letting it rot or something. So that's the argument, that they should probably stay there. Is that they're basically just, leaving their country to rot and just trying to, like, I don't know, but everyone's got their own opinions on this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anyway. So why isn't there women and children and all that coming with them and stuff, And some are a bit concerned that a lot of these men might be, dangerous to the women, And this is not like being racist or anything, because I'm not saying that they'll all do that. I'm just saying that, this might increase the likelihood that some woman gets abused. Well, the ironic thing is that a lot of these leftists that are actually like pro, all this stuff, and they're encouraging more of these, want to encourage more of these people in, then all of these, like, these feminists who would be, talk about, women's rights and protect women and all that stuff, but then allowing more people in that would actually increase their likelihood of getting abused by them. It's just, I mean, think about it, Why is your life so geopolitical? I mean, because a lot of people seem to like talking about that stuff. A lot of them have come over and assaulted women. They think they can come over and take everything. That's the problem, where it's like, it's not about being racist, because we're not saying that everyone's doing that, but it's like when there's certain people coming over and then they think they can just come over, not integrate, they just take the piss, and then why would you expect people to just put up with that? Call it racist or not, those, yeah, I know, meme. Or they should be like, I think they should, those people should be deported. Just like, yeah, personally. Hello, my cat. Yeah, the mouth harp. I've got it. Women are a crucial part of society. In Islam, they are honored. I thought in Islam, a lot of times they're actually oppressed. I'm not, call me, ignorant here, but it seems like a lot of times they actually, it's like how in Islam they, like the woman wears a, thing to cover her face. Is that not a bit kind of, sort of oppressive to women, perhaps? Like, why does the woman have to wear one? Why doesn't the man wear one or something in that case? Hello, Charlie Impulse. How you doing? Hope you well. Yeah, there's a lot of brutal things that happen in these extremists and stuff, and it's horrible. Yeah. It's that's the thing with like feminists, they should probably put more of their attention, in my opinion, to that. But oftentimes they want to, oftentimes they can be like trying to just play victims and all that kind of shit. I mean, some of them are like fake feminists and all that. Like, for example, there was that what was it, Uber driver or whatever it was, some kind, or DoorDash, whichever one it were, and she was like putting out this BS about some guy assaulting her, online, basically like he was crashed out drunk and he was just kind of and he was like without his clothes on, and she was trying to make out like his door was all wide open and all this kind of shit, and like it was all basically like, "Hello, Darren, how you doing?" And then she was like, "Oh, I'm the victim here," but then she got exposed as being like I think she even got like arrested by the police or something because she was exposed as basically not being 100% honest, to say the least. It's not optional. What's this? What are you saying? Um. Anyway, hope you're all doing well tonight. Hi. What's that? What's not? What's optional? What are you talking about? What we're talking about in here right now? UK government haters. It does feel like that they just take the piss and they just you know what I mean? They Keir Starmer just well, isn't he like Fabian? Well, there's like Fabian Society. But the thing is, right, that kind of online safety act, that was actually put through in 2023 by the Tories. So probably people want to just blame Labour for that, but actually the Tories had a big part to play in it all as well. The thing is, right, I don't believe in this whole kind of, you know, um, two-party illusion that we have. They are all at it. Exactly, Hannah. That's right. Is that you? Hannah was the account name. You just yeah. So they're all just the same, basically. They're all one side will get something in motion, and then the other side will get it implemented or something. It's like they're both just kind of. It's like a baton thing. It's just like a relay race. They'll just pass the baton on to the next one to just kind of to continue whatever BS that they implemented. Hello, Mile. Here we go. So it's all an illusion. This left and right thing. It's like they want you to think that your vote matters. And the thing is, right, women actually, fought to have equality when it comes to like voting and things like that. But it's like, to be honest with you, at this point, why would anyone want to vote? Why would anyone want to vote for any of these parties when they're all pretty much just the same anyway? Like, people think that gave them some rights, but all you're doing is just consenting to whatever BS politics that you. What do you not vote then necessarily, or what? Because voting is just a rigged thing, in my opinion. Anyway, it's just because it doesn't even really matter. I don't think who gets in it, especially if Labour or Tories are. Yeah, I've never voted. I think it's all a scam. You know, like yeah, it's all just a big joke. But well, I'm just a conspiracy theorist, I guess. I don't know. Hello, Orion Kazin. I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? Mr. Work says, let's get it green. Let's get Greenland! Because there is no honesty. Exactly. Honesty is like the kryptonite, isn't it, You voted once. Who did you vote for once? Yeah, yeah. But it's like they're all in bed together, a lot of them, you know? Darren says ignore what? The thing is, we don't vote in the. Well, who are you supposed to vote for, though? Like, I know a lot of people are going to vote for reform, but I don't really have any faith in any of them. Because if a government was really going to be that good, then they would probably not be able to get in. And even if they did, they'd probably get corrupted the moment that they got in. Like, this is how deep I think this all goes. The governments that you see and that we think have the power actually are being influenced by higher ups. Like, they're all being kind of controlled by forces way beyond them. They're just puppets, in my opinion. They're just almost just like actors on a stage. They are acting out a script. I mean, you had people like Joe Biden, for example, who, come on, anyone that thinks that he was running the country, you got to be, crazy, right? If you think that Joe Biden really had anything much to do with the country, he was, I mean, he was like basically showing signs of dementia. How can someone like that be running the country? It's a joke. If anything, that should have exposed how much of a facade this whole political system is. Look at the Green Party. They were, I mean, I've heard about all that. I mean, the whole green thing, I just don't really. I mean, yeah, we should be looking after the environment and all that. I think it's important to look after the environment. I think is important. But then you get people trying to kind of push certain things, saying we should put. It's like what they're doing with like the in London, you've got like the ULEZ zones, ultra low emission zones, and it seems to be screwing over like like the working class people over there. They're getting penalties, whereas the rich people with the frigging electric cars, they're not getting penalized because they're not putting out emissions. So it's like like a discriminatory thing against working class people. It's not fair, is it? Because if they can't afford a friggin' Tesla, then they're getting penalized for that. Something that's not even their fault, and it's caused a lot of disruption to people's lives with these sort of things. Because then they like block off certain areas and stuff like that, and it's just I don't know. It's just all a kind of it's all a joke to me, really. But like, if you don't think that the system's corrupt, I think that you probably are too kind of far gone at this point. To be honest with you, I think what's happened the last few years should have woke people up. If you're still not woke up to how far the system will like kind of yeah um yeah, I mean, wait, was going on about Gaza or something now? I mean, I don't know, but they're taking 80% of people's pension. The working class have been obliterated recently. 80%. What do you mean 80% of people's pension? Yeah, Israel's just like I don't know. I mean, the whole Israel Hamas thing. Like I said the other day, I think that the whole Hamas thing is like I said. Israel needs an enemy to prop it up. Basically, is how I see it. So that then they get more influence and more control. If they're then made to look like the I don't know, like so when you get, for example, like people, attacking Israel, then people will then side with them basically. Hello, Summer. I mean, why do you care anyway? Like what is your just go away. Like I don't need to answer to these people. They're just yeah. Hi, Anonymous. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? You okay? Hello, Canon Gaming. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Um, Charlie says yes, it does. Yes, it does. What? Sorry. I'm from the UK. Anonymous. Hello, Ben Deho. There you go. There's my Donald Trump impression. I don't know. I'm just quite, I guess, cynical of the system. Like, you know. But yeah. But I have noticed a lot of the people that are like anti like mass immigration in the UK or tend to be more pro Israel. But I mean, I don't really see a lot that kind of I don't know. Hello, anyone. How you doing? Cubes squared. I'm not Russian now. Hello, anyone. Seven says Egypt Islamic and built a wall to keep Palestinians out. Really? Is that true? Well, wasn't the original what were the original Palestinians' religion then? Because I remember there was some like Orthodox Jews who were like Palestinians or something, like proper like as in very like devout, like kind of Jewish people or something. I don't know. It's yeah, I remember watching some video about that they felt like they were being um what's the word, persecuted or something. We don't care about them focus on the UK. I mean, what I'm saying is like, yeah, the whole kind of thing is that, because some people in America are saying they shouldn't be sending money to Israel anymore for them to just keep on like causing atrocities is what they're saying and things like that. I mean, but everyone's got their own opinion on. Some say that they should still, be siding with them or something because of they get benefits for it or something. But anyway, thank you for follow, Susie. 3% of Gaza are Christian, and Israel bombed one of the oldest churches in Gaza. Really? I remember hearing about something that Israel like shot some or something like that, some like innocent kids on a Palestinian beach or something like that. Can't remember the name of the guy, but he was like exposing some of the horrors of it. I think he was some guy from can't remember where. I think he's from around there somewhere. Well, I can't remember his name of him, but he's basically like a sort of like a journalist kind of guy. Um, but I remember I watched a couple of his videos on it all, and yeah, um, talking about some of the bad shit going on over there. And right, Shibby, how you doing? I mean, yeah, I mean it's okay not to care about it, I guess, because you could say, well, it's not affecting us here in the UK. Um, but it's just like, because I remember seeing something that the government is indirectly contributing to it. Because when I looked it up online, it said something that the UK, because if I put in on the UK, it says, is the UK supporting um, Israel, for example? Let's see what it says. So it says here about it maintains a complex relationship with Israel, balancing historic alliances with significant criticism of Israel's military actions in Gaza. The official stance is a qualified support for Israel to self-defense, coupled with recent diplomatic actions to pressure Israel over humanitarian concerns and a commitment to a two-state solution. So there was a bit where I saw something. Thank you for the gifts. Where it said about I saw somewhere about um, indirectly supporting it or something, but um, yeah, it says it's supported Israel diplomatically. So I don't know. It says here what do they support. So it says here UK formally recognises the Palestinian state. The UK has formally recognised Palestine to protect. So it sounds like they're kind of like somewhat on Palestine's side or something, but I know in America they seem to be like more on Israel's side because they're actually sending money and stuff to support them. But there's some people saying that they shouldn't do that. Hello, George. How you doing? I'm all right, thank you. Simple. And I'm from the UK. We already gone over that. Simple America number one. Um, don't forget to like and the dislike. Oh God. October 7. Isn't it a bit odd how the Survivor in October 7 was also in the December thing as well? Like, what are the chances of that he was a survivor in both incidents? I mean, anti-Semitic attack that was, yeah, in December, wasn't it? And it just feels like it's a kind of something seems a bit fishy about it. Make America great again. Does it not seem a bit fishy to you? I don't know. October 6th, an innocent Palestinian was kicked out of his house, and oh god, that is. So is that what triggered the October 7th thing? You're saying 3 children, October 7, 55,000 to 80,000. All right. America's funding the Gaza genocide, but from what I understand, I don't think the UK is really, from what I see, at least not much anyway. But it's like, so it's probably, I guess, more of an American issue in terms of like, about them. Because I remember Tucker Carlson were talking about this, and because he had what's he called, Nick Fuentes on his thing, and they kind of like, yeah, we're kind of having a discussion and whatever, and but then Nick Fuentes he went on with Piers Morgan, and then there was like some argument going on or something. But I don't know. Hello Rosie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Nice to meet you. How you doing tonight? Hello, cool wizard. Hello, Mr. Rohit. Hope you're doing well. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for joining me. I'm from the UK. Hello, Cheeky. How are you doing tonight, everyone? Thank you for the likes, Bloodline. How are you doing? England was good in the 90s. Yeah, I was born in the 90s, so I wouldn't remember what it was like in the 90s, really. But a lot of people say, oh, I wish things could go back to the good old days and stuff like that. So a lot of people are kind of just wishing that things would return to better times, but unfortunately, as things go on and technology advances and stuff, and people just seem to change with it. People are not as social generally, and yeah. Hi, Mr. Rohit. There you go, Pontus. I'm from Florida. Simple, nice to meet a fellow American. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, yeah. You're talking to somebody else, I'm guessing. I'm not. I'm obviously American, but yeah. Anyway, how many likes are we on this live? Let's have a look. But yeah, the whole Israel Gaza thing. It's just yeah. I don't. From what I understand, I don't think our country really funds it necessarily. So, but yeah, I'd have to look more into that really. But the thing is that the country was like funding things like Ukraine, Russia, and I'm thinking like, should we not be kind of 25 likes it says that should we have been funding all that kind of stuff? It's like the whole foreign aid thing. I'm not really necessarily a big fan of that type of stuff. Hello, Emily. I mean, like it's just it ends up just kind of hurting our economy and stuff like that. So, hello, Luffy. Now, some might argue that there's sometimes reasons why we need to get involved in other wars because that it might end up affecting us or something like that. So I'm just wondering what you guys think. Should we have ever got involved in any of that kind of stuff? How do you feel about protesters? I feel like every time I encounter an activist, climate, pro-Palestine or whatever, I always walk away with less sympathy for their cause because of their behavior. I agree. I think a lot of protesters don't actually help their cause whatsoever. And they're just, like, for example, when you got Just Stop Oil gluing themselves to the ground, like, how is that helping your cause, Hello, Kanami. How you doing? Hello, Momo. How you doing? Welcome in here. Am I afraid? What are you saying? Hope you're doing well tonight anyway. What's everybody up to tonight? Yeah, is everybody okay? Emily, are you there? Welcome in, people. What's wrong? You look scared. Am I scared? What you mean? I'm not scared. Most protesters are stupid. All true. A lot of times, protesters don't even exactly know what it even is. They don't even understand everything about what they're protesting about. They're just kind of going along with people because they hear about something in the mainstream and they're like, "Oh, I want to be part of that." It's like people want to be like these crusaders or whatever, and they're just a bunch of drones. A lot of them. Yeah. Hello, Viking. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, everybody. That'd be really appreciated. So yeah, it's just when you was talking about politics earlier, I almost thought you were going to do Boris voice. I can do Boris Johnson. So we are going to do Brexit, no deal Brexit. I was doing the what's he do, like this thing with his hand, Golden effing Ramsay. That was effing raw. What the hell was that? That was beans on effing toast. Oh, that is not Michelin star fucking. Hello, Scott Preston. Oh, really? Nah. Are you from Turkey? Oh, yeah. Galaxy Raspberry Dark Chocolate is so good. It sounds like the name of a phone. Galaxy Raspberry Dark Chocolate. Yeah, it's like the name of a phone. I mean, I've just got a new Galaxy Raspberry Dark Chocolate. It's the new Samsung phone, you know? Because they're all named after some fruit or something. Like it's like we had BlackBerry. Remember BlackBerry phones? Because there was actually a joke like thing that if you want to laugh, type something in called "My BlackBerry isn't working." If you haven't already seen it. Hello, Hannah, are you still there? You do what? Sorry. Yeah, BlackBerry phones and stuff. Like you're talking. Oh, you loved it. Yeah, it was a good one. That the my BlackBerry isn't working, and he actually puts down like a real BlackBerry, and it's like, oh, what's the matter? Is it run out of juice? And he's like, no, it's completely frozen. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, mine too minus the battery. Oh yeah. It's just the way they keep coming up with these like play on words regarding like computers and phones and stuff. And it's like, oh, I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to you use a mouse to drag the BlackBerry to the trash, and then you need to launch it from the desktop. And it's like, and then he says, well, I've tried that, but it kept messing up Windows. Oh, his Shimmy's from Denmark. All right. Hey, Luffy. All right. I don't know. Hello, Pooch. How French are you, son? I can barely understand you with that thick French accent. This is, yeah, yeah, I sound French, right? Je m'appelle Jamie. J'habite en France. Oh, goodness. J'habite en France. They have this kind of like phlegmy kind of en France. Yeah, yeah. Where are you from anyway, Hannah? Well, at least you've got a picture now, eh? I can't really make out. I guess you're not really kind of showing your face, probably just showing your eye or something. Zang, how you doing? Love me some of that skull shape. Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Nokia is still best. You're on about the one with the snake on it. I remember I used to play Snake on the old Nokia phone. I think my dad or mum or whatever had an old Nokia phone. We used to play Snake on it. It was quite fun. Love my Nokia 2 could survive anything, or was it quite durable then? Yeah, I remember watching some video where they would throw like different games consoles off like a window and see which one would survive the most, to see how durable they are as like an experiment. Je mange blueberry. Oh yeah, yeah. I hope you're all well tonight. Anyway, people, it's nice to have you all here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Carl Frotch. I've heard a lot of time people say I look like him. Apparently, so whatever. Anyway, so yeah, is everybody all right tonight? Then hope you've all had a great day. Share this out if you can. That would be really appreciated. Um, yeah. Look, yeah. So Nokia phones. Yeah, yeah. They're quite old. 11. I think they still make Nokia phones, don't they? But they're like smartphones now or something. Yeah, some people have started going back to like old style phones, like the flip phones and stuff, because they're trying to move away from social media and only use their phone just for like basic things like calling and things like that, rather than using it to go on the internet and browse social media because it can be quite distracting. So it seems like there's a almost like maybe things will go full circle, where people will get so sick of the social media and all the brain rot, slot content and stuff that's frying people's brains, and maybe there's a BlackBerry chats were the best. Was that like a messenger thing that it had or something? I've never had a BlackBerry phone, but I remember they had those like keyboard things on them, didn't they? Yeah, they weren't like quite a smartphone, but kind of like they were kind of like in between, weren't they? It wasn't like a full smartphone, but it was a bit more advanced than like a sort of some of the older ones. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Torchlight. I don't know. Hello, Mamad. Brother, your voice is amazing and crispy. You should become a voiceover artist. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. I remember like we used to have like open, like ones where you open them up, like the flip open ones. And yeah, it reminds me back when I used to have like Nintendo DS, Game Boy Advance, and stuff like that, where you open them up. Yeah, well, the game like the when you had the DS with the dual screen, they had this like thing where you can send messages to each other on it. Yeah, it had this like I can't remember what it was called, but you could like, but it would only be like if you stay in the same house, so you could just send like you could draw things on it and stuff, and you could just send it to each other. It was quite fun. Yeah. Remember when you Bluetooth stuff to each other? Hello, Reese. Not seen you for a while. How are you doing? Hello, Pariah. Oh, thank you. How's it going? Not too bad, thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, if anyone wants to super chat or anything, that would be really appreciated. I'm 30 years old. How old are you? Yeah, 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 yeah. So, anyway, so yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're new here, everybody. Yeah, we should be at 5,000 subs in all time, guys. 4.13K it is up to now, guys. So, yeah. Anyway, so hi Danielle, how you doing tonight? Hope you're well. So, where did you say you're from again, Hannah? You remember blackberries? Yeah, I remember some quite old stuff. I remember yeah, what's that? Hello Fresh. I can't teach the Russian. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the. Oh, I just said about what's this? What is an AED? Hang on, how much is that? Well, thank you anyway. We've got Baramo Hamid. Thank you very much for your super chat. What's an AED to GBP? So I don't know what that converts to. Oh, it's to 20 pence. So it's Arab Emirates dirham. So that would probably equate to about roughly nearly like 80p, something like that. But thank you. Yeah, thank you anyway. 38, been supporting Millwall since I took. Oh, really? Oh, thank you for subbing, Shibby. Yeah, have a good one. See you again soon. So, yeah. So, what's the oldest thing you can remember, Hannah? What's the oldest invention that came out or something that you can remember? I remember, yeah, I remember like when yeah, kind of trying to think. Funnily enough, I don't remember 9/11 happening. I would have been 6 then, but yeah, I remember things way before then. My oldest memory would have been probably back in like 98, 99, something like that. It's the r that's tricky in every language, really. French, German, Spanish, you mean like rolling the R's, are you saying? Some of them do this rolling the R thing. Hello, Vedant, how you doing? Good to see you. How are you tonight? Yeah, it's like the yeah. For freedom. I don't know. It's a tongue tremble, whatever they call it. It's difficult to do, really, but yeah. I guess if you're used to it and bonjour. Bonjour. Is that okay? Bonjour, madame. I remember my pots glassing and a Leeds. What do you mean? Hi, DL3472. How you doing? Hello, Long Don Silver. Hello, King God. What the hell? Yeah. Hello, MP Gokul. How you doing? Nice to meet you. How are you tonight? Hope you well. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. And make sure you follow if you're over on TikTok. You sound native. What do you mean I sound native? From the UK or something, you mean? What are you on about? France. J'habite en France. So you didn't answer me, Hannah. How old are you then? You said, yeah, you asked me how old I was. So how old are you then? I know they said don't ask. J'habite York. Yeah, I live in York. So j'habite, don't lie. What do you mean don't lie? Hi, Sama. How are you doing? Hi, Droopy. Who's lying? What are you talking about? People are dirty. Yeah, some people are dirty, but I mean, your mum was being dirty with me. No, I've not, Elzo. Why are you asking? Do I look like I've tried MMA or boxing or something? Jasmine is 69. Who's Jasmine? I look tall, yeah, I'm about 6'4". Yeah, why? You have to look, I guess it's just my frame or something. Hello, Paula. How are you doing tonight? A very tall man, tall, dark, and handsome man. Quite frankly, would not work for boxing. Why would that not work for boxing? Thank you for follow, Paula. I guess that can be a bit of an issue, but like I'm sure there's people that can work for. I mean, I don't know. You can be. Well, some might argue that taller people would probably be better when it comes to like a street fight or something because of increased leverages or something. But I guess in certain situations that could be a disadvantage. But yeah, thank you for the heart me, Paul. But yeah, oh yeah, that I can see. What's that? When your punching technique was shit. Okay, well, if you've got nothing good to say, then don't say anything then. A good points to those arms. Yeah. But obviously, the thing we've got weight classes and stuff. So the thing with being taller is then it would not allow you to have as much muscle in that weight class, if you get me. So it might actually end up kind of canceling out any benefit that you would get because taller people are naturally going to be bigger, whereas shorter people, they would have to have more muscle mass to actually um, be able to be at the same weight as you. So if you're fighting against a shorter guy, they might have more muscular arms and legs and stuff. So what I'm saying is that you might not actually have the advantage in that situation. But anyway, so it's a bit of a complicated one, really. Hello, Anas. Um, Hope you're doing well. 1, 2, 3, 4, random. How you doing? Hello, Grand. Hello, MP. You okay, everybody? Thank you. Yeah, we spread a lot of love and kindness and all that. But yeah. Anyway, um, makes sense. Yeah, yeah. It's just there's like different weight classes for different sports and things in there. So anyway, so you didn't answer me, Hannah. Why you asking me about my age and then you was like, so I asked you and then you was like, you're not saying you're just being all mysterious now or something. Is that what you're trying to do or something? Mysterious girl, wanna get close to you. Oh God. Thank you for subbing, Mo. Sorry, MP. I mean, not Mo. Hello, Grand. I do have Discord. I just don't really use it. Why? Discord is usually a bunch of chaos. Anyway, Stacey, how you doing? I hope you're well tonight. Yeah, Discord can get quite chaotic, can't it? It really? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we all right, everybody? Thank you for the likes, Paula. Is everybody okay tonight? So what is going on then? Why are you being so kind of secretive then, Hannah? What is going on? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm 5 years older than you. Oh, fair enough. That's still young then. Yeah. I'm just a private person. Oh, really? Fair enough. Sometimes it can be good to be private, can't it? You never know what kind of creeps there are out there online. Oh, you're cooking. Oh, yeah. What you're cooking? Anything nice? Yeah, I hope you enjoy whatever you're cooking anyway. Hello, user. How you doing? Some people find that if they've been cooking all day, though, they don't enjoy their own food. Does anyone feel like that? So a lot of people say that it's all right, mum. Yeah, don't worry. But like when people, have been cooking all day, they don't even enjoy their own food. They're like, I don't really want to. Paula says I hate cooking. Yeah, I'm just quite minimalist. I had some like chocolate porridge thing earlier, so I used demerara sugar and stuff like that, or minced turkey. What is that, leftovers from Christmas or something like that still going on? I don't know. Hannah says I'm yummy. Yeah, it was like cocoa and stuff like that. So yeah. My mum used to say I meant, what do you mean? Hannah says no. All right. Yeah, that would be a bit the oatmeal. Yeah, oatmeal. Well, so we call it porridge, but yeah, it's like oatmeal is just like a kind of type of porridge. 'Cause I've heard like oatmeal. Sorry, porridge can be use different grains to make it or something. But oatmeal is like a sort of using oats, obviously. So, thank you, Mary. I love the way you are. Amazing, just the way you are. Reminds me of that song. Oh, okay, thanks for the explanation. No problem. They have chili, curry, and rice. Creamy garlic, sliced potatoes was good though. Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, sounds like it's not too hard to prepare. Anyway, King Punk, hi, Clement, how you doing? Anthony, how you doing? All my life probably. Yeah. Opinion on I don't know about Conor McGregor. I don't pay attention to that stuff to be honest. Oh, really? I don't know. I don't know who that is. King Punch won't be able to compare that. User said okay, and you. I'm all right. Thank you. Glad you're doing okay. Yeah, just trying to build the momentum with this channel and stuff like that. Trying to get my name out there. Trying to build it up. You build it, they will come, as they say. So just gonna try and keep it going. Thank you for the follow, Richard. Right, nice to meet you, Richard. How you doing? Where are you from, by the way? Anyway, hello, Ben. How you doing, Ben? Hope you well. I'm Russian. For more information, this applies to certain people who eat cats and bats. Oh goodness, Thank you for the roses, Paula. Nice one. Thank you very much. Are you Scottish or Scouser? None of them. I'm from Blackburn originally. I live in York now. Why is it that everybody seems to get it wrong? Richard's from Newcastle. All right, Richard. Is the other Richard still there? Hello, Silver Pigeon. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're well. Is the other Richard still there? Yorkshire. Yeah, I live in York now. Where are you from, Paula? Hello, Grace. How you doing tonight? I cannot do it, Joe. The accent, man. Why, I man? How's the weather? Has it been raining a day? It's been a bit miserable, yeah, but it's been. Hello, Caleb. How you doing? No, I'm not Scottish. I'm from England. Where are you from? Hello, Kevin. Kevin, good to see you again. How are you doing? I'm from Ireland, but my granddad was from Yorkshire. Oh, top of the morning to you, Paula. How's my Irish accent? Which part of Ireland are you from, Paula? Snoop or Cube? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess Snoop probably. Top of the morning to you, everybody. I've got a joke for you, Paula. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? Okay, Kevin, I've just switched up to my laptop because I'm using my phone for the other live stream. Okay. No, south. A northern. I can do a northern Irish accent as well, Paula. Hi, now, Brian Kai. Yeah. I find a pint on the ground. So I went in the shop, get some flowers. So I did. Hello, James. How you doing? Can we talk international politics? We do sometimes, but I do Donald Trump impressions. I am the greatest Donald Trump impersonator. That's the best one. What's that? The Donald Trump or something? So yeah, anyway. Do you remember a show called David Dickinson's Real Deal? Hello there, welcome to David Dickinson's Real Deal. Yeah. Am I a morning person? Not particularly. I don't mind it. I'm not like one of these people that's just super groggy in the morning, but welcome to David Dickinson's Real Deal. Let's take it to auction. Now, should you take the cash or should you take it to auction? I think that you should take it to auction. You might get a better deal at the auction. But only time will tell. Yeah, thank you, Ben. Hello, ST0473. Holding on to digestives. Probably digestives. Hello, Vico. How you doing? No, that is the real deal. No, you sit on here all day and night. No, I didn't sit on your mama. Yeah. What is it? Auction 5 gutted. I'm really sorry. Only managed to get a fiver at the auction. Bad luck. The dealer would have been the real deal. Sometimes we just got to take what we're given. Hello, Felony. How you doing? Hello, oh God, there's someone called Fallopian Tube. Hello, Sui Wong. His mouth movement's also spot on. Oh yeah. Crack and cheese, Gromit. Nice bit of Wensleydale, Gromit. It almost sounds a little bit like David Dickinson, that voice, doesn't it? Crack and cheese, Gromit. If you add a little bit of that into it, it becomes David Dickinson. Gives a quick spin. All right, here we go. I can't spin around on this thing. It's not. I'm just gonna crash into stuff. Hello then, sexy. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy. You know that song, Right Said Fred, isn't it? I was doing some Bishop impersonator. Yeah. Hello, Tony. Welcome back. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. I can do a Bojo impression. I studied at Eton College. I got some qualifications, made me super intelligent. Spot this as a spiritual live stream. I am being spiritually free. I'm a free spirit, That's what I am, you know? I just do what I feel like doing, but yeah. I'm rolling. They see me rolling. They hating. Remember that one that was like a Weird Al parody of that song? Instead of it being called Riding Dirty, it's called White and Nerdy. Has anyone ever seen Weird Al's parodies? They're quite funny. Hello, The Apprentice. Welcome to The Apprentice. With me. Hang on a sec. How do I do his voice? With me, Alan Sugar. I don't know. I'm trying to yeah. Now I gave you a task, or something like that, and you wasn't able to complete it. So for that reason, you're fired. Yeah, it's like there's a certain cadence to it. It's oh yeah, good day, mate, felony queefer. How's your day? Welcome into the live. Yeah. He's gonna have crack open a can of beer. And just gonna sit back on the beach and relax. Yeah, Elsie, I suited. Apparently, yes. No, it's vodka. No, it's vodka, that. And that looks like water. That's why I'm kind of acting like I'm drunk right now. Oh, there we go. This is my golden effing Ramsay. That food was effing raw. What the F was that? How can I serve that to my customers? You're gonna watch Newcastle versus Man City? No, I'm not going to. Bell boy, I don't watch football. Yeah. That fucking sauce was effing bland. The food, its general, was effing bland. It has no effing taste. Yeah. I know, genetically blessed or cursed, depending on how you perceive it. Oh, goodness. What you watched then? Says Elijah. I don't really watch TV. I like watching documentaries on YouTube and things like that. Bingo, how's it going? Do I have a seizure? I know when Gordon Ramsay's talking, it sounds like he's having some tics, like he's got Tourette's. I ain't got effing Tourette's. I just have no tolerance for BS and laziness and incompetence. I won't tolerate that in my effing kitchen. How you doing, everybody? Hope you're all well. Hi, Gary. I think I remember you from a long time ago. Did you once have long hair? Yes, I did. Welcome back. Now I'm a Michelin star effing chef. Oh, thank you, Mark. You are the best. Now make me some fish and chips or something. That would be amazing. Oh, thank you, Mark. It's so great to have you in my live stream. So cook me something special and don't burn it, please, or undercook it. Make sure it's cooked to perfection. And yes. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're well tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Share this out if you can, please. That'd be really appreciated. Imagine being new here and he chats to you in style of Gordon. The best live stream ever. I'm glad that you like it, Hannah. Yeah. I just kind of like, free flow it, just kind of have no real kind of agenda, Hello, Marcus. Oh, I have special needs, yes. I need you to get the F away. What the hell are you doing here in my effing kitchen? I am the chef here. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're well tonight. Share this out if you can, please. Yeah. Anyway, share this out if you can, everybody. That'd be really appreciated. Hi, Di. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Nice to meet you all. Hi, Kelly. How you doing tonight? Welcome in. Finally, someone normal. I know. Get a lot of just odd people, There's a lot of abnormal people. But then I'm not normal. Being normal is kind of boring, I see it as. Talking the other day about, is being different a superpower? I guess it depends on your perspective of it, really. Some people call it a disability or whatever, but nah, I don't really accept that. Who have we still got on the YouTube live then? Say hello if you're still watching. Got some lurkers watching, I think. Yeah. What do you all want to talk about then? I don't know what we're going to talk about for the next bit of the live. Best movie ever. I don't know. tricky one, really. How did religious topic go the other day? It was just a bit mental, really. Hello, don't really like pretzels. Barefoot workout videos. Why? Why is that then? Hello, Free Fire. Can I have an advice? Become someone like Brian Tracy or an engineer like Jensen Huang. Just confused. I love both. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, really. All right, cautious Carl. Yeah, been a long time. How you doing? Welcome in here. Nice to meet you again. Yeah, but it was a while ago you was here, weren't you? How long ago was that? Yeah, I've not seen you for ages. Missed that one. Was still probably feel 90% better now. That's good to hear. Yeah, hi Debs. Welcome back. Hope you're all well tonight, everybody. Share the live if you can, everybody. Right, Biskin. Yeah, glad to see it. Was it from my old account? Because a few months ago I started again because I got bananaed, didn't I? Hello, Kian du Toi. Okay, thank you. I'm not religious, but thank you. Okay, thank you, Debs. All right. Anyway, let's keep going with this thing then. Just keep chatting random shit, you know. Who else is over on YouTube then? Say hello if you're watching. Yeah. Alteza, not seen you for a while. How are you doing tonight? No, why are you asking me about that? Yeah, I still do magic. Yeah, sometimes. I was doing it the other day, I think. I've been playing this mouth harp thingy, watch. Hello, everybody. Hope you're well tonight. Share this out if you can. Follow if you're new. Hello, Court of Held. How you doing? Okay. Hello, Litz Westy. How you doing tonight? What is going on? I don't know how to do Hugh Grant's accent, really. A djembe. No, it's not a djembe. Hello, Flawed Body. How you doing? Welcome in here. How you doing tonight? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. Yeah. Isn't a djembe a type of drum or something? This is a mouth harp. Hello, Jeffrey. Good to see you again. How are you doing? Yeah, you see the improvement. So thank you very much. Yeah, I've been it just shows that, if you're consistent with something, you can keep improving at it. Hello, Corwin J. How you doing? I hope you're well tonight. Let's say about become 1% better every day, This is quite transcendental, like transcendental meditation or something, Is that what you mean? Transcendental meditation. Has anyone ever tried that? Transcendental meditation. I tried a thing called yoga nidra meditation before, actually. Has anyone ever tried that one? Where it kind of like almost puts you in like the kind of in between wakefulness and sleep. Oh, Jade, welcome back. Oh, you've tried that, have you? Hello, Barney. How you doing? Sounds like the noise Rolf Harris made when bending plastic. Oh, yeah, I remember there was that thing called like, what was it called? What was the instrument they called it? Yeah. Yeah, that Rolf Harris was unfortunately, did some bad things. Hello, Marcos. How you doing? Sue Wong says we're getting better every day in every way. Yeah, that's what it is. No, it's not. I meant to be designing things, but I can't make myself be productive. Or well, but yeah, you can't make yourself do anything if you don't want to do it. You just gotta not force yourself. Really, we shouldn't be trying to force ourselves to do things. Really. Oh, Mama Muda, how you doing? Hope you're well. Marcos, yeah, no. Right, yeah, keep tapping your screens. Hello, Camilla, how you doing? Thank you for the hot meat, Camilla. How you doing? Hi, Titch, welcome back. Oh no, that's not good. I hope you get it sorted out soon. Anyway, you got in when you open the portal to infinity. Oh, really? Frustration is dissonance in the system. That's what makes you sick. Yeah, I agree. A lot of it's the system itself that's fucked. The system makes people sick, and yeah, the system weighs people down and makes them bitter, and like if the system was based around love and respect for each other, then we wouldn't see all this, would we? Really, I don't think. We'd see a lot more harmony and bliss. And hello, Cast and Card. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, that's right, Sue Wong. Yeah, but it's just unfortunately a lot of people are out there to try and you know be what's it like opportunists and stuff like that. They don't value other people. There's a lot of like what called Machiavellianism, where they would manipulate and deceive people to get what they want. Like we've got a lot of dark triad stuff like narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism in society, especially in these elites, because they become corrupted by power and lust for power and all that. So yeah. Anyway, hope you're all well, people. If you're new here, please subscribe, please follow. That would be really appreciated. Anyway, so let's see what we're saying. Have faith in your ability to heal. Yeah. There's some belief in like self-fulfilling prophecy or something. That do I have OCD? Why? I mean, I don't know why they're asking me about that. I guess it's just I don't know. People just like noticing things, and it's like, well, why does it matter anyway? You know, is it because I'm messing around this? It's like, yeah, but where cell source beings, thoughts become things. It's just I can get down with that to some degree, but I feel like it's because you're not smiling all the time like they do. Yeah, this is the autistic thing. Are you on the spectrum as well or not, or just kind of people expect you to be smiling all the time, otherwise they think you're depressed or something. What you put out is what you get back. Yeah, but what about all the people that do good in the world, but then they get F all and they get treated like shit? So it's not always the case. I mean, yeah, it can help. You can help to put out certain energy, but then it's not guaranteed, I don't believe. There's a lot of cases where I would say, well, look at what happens. People who do bad and then they end up getting good in this life. And then, you know what I mean? Hello, Happy. You don't need a boyfriend. You just Hello, one and only Foods. How you doing? What is life? I guess the ability to experience oneself or something. I don't know. What would you describe as life? It's refreshing, really. Yeah, no, because it's more real. There's a thing as well. I was looking at the autism thing, where it's like autistic people tend to have less optimism bias, meaning as in they're just more real. They must see the world for what it is rather than an ideal thing. A lot of people just want to kind of ignore all the bad and they want to just kind of pretend like everything's better than what it is. But I don't think is a healthy way to look at things. It's toxic positivity. It's like I want to be positive and all that, but it's like sometimes there's things in life that make you just kind of, you know, question humanity. You think, why are people behaving the way they do? And it's a lot of it's psychology, and it's just, and you realize how messed up it can be. And yeah, I'm always like questioning things like, why do people do this? Why is everyone trying to just go along to get along? Why are they trying to keep up with the Joneses? Why are they buying the latest shit all the time to try and impress other people? Why are they trying to impress other people? You know, because of fear of being kicked out that group or something, or feeling ashamed or whatever. It's like when you get deeper into it, it's like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why do you need all this? Why do you need the feeling of being accepted in a group that's so materialistic? Why can't you find other people who are more accepting of people with, some people don't need to be like super, like, kind of, like maximalist. It's like people have become very maximalist. I think people should probably become more minimalist and like sort of finding happiness from less instead of having all this waste that's just kind of gathering dust, a lot of it. Hello, Past and Pixel, how you doing? A or M, how you doing? Because they don't know they are bad. Yeah. I mean, what's the people are not bad, what do you mean? I mean, there's a lot of, I would say, bad in this world. Now, some might say it's depends on their experiences in life. Well, there's some people say that another thing. Some people say hurts people, and it's like I try to understand where people are coming from when they hurt somebody else. But it's like just because you've been hurt doesn't mean you should hurt somebody else. Two wrongs don't make a right. And that's something that we need to kind of like just drill into society, that just because you've been hurt does not give you a right to then mess around with somebody else. Like, it's like you get these people with like BPD and stuff like that. If you are that kind of messed in the head from all that, whatever you've been through, if it's some trauma or something, then you perhaps should be kind of not be getting with somebody. So just, yeah, a lot of people using it and an excuse, I think, yeah. Oh, I've got BPD. That's why I'm a bad person. No, they're just a bad person. They're just a dick, I think, in a lot of cases, personally. But, it's just, there is some people that genuinely have real issues, but a lot of the ones that genuinely have the problems will try and work on them. And if they can't, then they'll try to not like be part of, they're not getting a relationship where they're going to be hurting somebody else because it's not fair on the other person. Why should you put all your problems on that other person? It's not fair. So you have to have the self-awareness, and you have to be willing to just kind of, take the time that you need to heal from whatever it is. Because the more you try and like hurt others and all that, the more it's distracting you from actually healing yourself, you know? It's like they'll get with these people trying to like, fill a void and stuff, but they'll never fill that void, and they just keep hurting other people by being very controlling and abusive. But then it's just always going to feel like there's something empty about that. Yeah, we share the same consciousness. What do you mean? What are you saying, that your consciousness is my consciousness? Yeah, it's that theory out there. It's almost like solipsism in a way. There's only one consciousness. That is mad. That yeah. Anyway, but I still believe someone kind can make your life nicer. True. Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? Now, some people say about being happy by yourself, and I do kind of like agree that you should be able to try and be happy by yourself, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't, you know, be able to find somebody that can make our life better. Because the thing is, if you're going to be with someone and your life isn't better, then there's no point in being with them, you know? It's like, yeah, you can be happy by yourself, but but the point is that if being with somebody else doesn't make you any more happy, then there really isn't any point to it. The idea of doing anything in life is that we get something out of it positive, you know? Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. They might say it's to, for some people, they get together to bring new life into the world. So that's the purpose of that. But it's like you have to feel like some kind of benefit to doing whatever it's, even if it's just a partnership or something. But if you, both of you aren't actually like feeling any happier doing that, then it's not worth it. So, so yeah, you should try and be happy by yourself, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be as happy as you would be if you found the right person. It's just, yeah, but what if you want to make someone else's life better? Some people are givers. I think that both should be doing that though, right? Yeah, yeah, you can want to give, you can want to make someone's life better, but they should also want to make your life better too. Like, why would you want to make someone's life better that isn't going to make your life better or something? I don't know. You could say this is where it comes down to being selfless or selfish, but I think most people are self-interested and partially do things based on selfish desires, even if they don't want to admit it. Um, yeah. Anyway, hello Nemo, how you doing? Fixed Design, how you doing? Thinking of buying a house in England or Scotland, where would you say is better and safest? I don't know really. Um, hello Shrad, how you doing today? Hope you well, Jake. Oh, thank you. Hope you well. But yeah, I mean, there's givers and stuff, and they wanting to help others. But maybe that makes your life better by helping others. You could argue that by being a giver, that gives you some joy. So you could argue that that's your kind of reward is just by seeing somebody else happy. So maybe that. So you could argue that that is a self-interest in of itself by wanting to see somebody else happy and getting some enjoyment out of seeing somebody else do well and being happy. So yeah, maybe find someone who allows me to love them. Yes, right. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Some people will kind of not accept your love. It's like they will throw it back in your face. Hello, Rose Scotch. WJB for streaming for nearly 6 hours until yeah. Oh, thank you. You feeling any better? Last time I saw you live, you had some bad shit going on. I don't know what that was, Knox, but I'm feeling all right actually. Thank you. Suri Wong says savior complex. So what you're saying that is a savior complex to like to want to help somebody. I mean, I guess it depends. I think like if someone's got like some serious mental health stuff going on, it's not really your job to like try and um to be their therapist necessarily. But I was saying though that we should be there for each other and we should be there to help each other. It should be a mutual thing, really. But yeah, so I was arguing about how because some people see it as like you shouldn't be vulnerable to your woman or something because that's seen as weak or something. But I'm like thinking, why would I want to be with someone who doesn't want to support me if I'm feeling at like a low point. I have to just put on a brave face all the time. Then you just being like a robot to them and just pretending everything's okay, even if you're not feeling the best, you know? That you're supposed to just hide all that from them. That's not healthy, is it? You know? Because eventually it's going to come out. And oftentimes these things can come out in a rage. So you have to be careful with these things, you know? To help others is to help ourselves. Yeah, yeah. I agree. I think that it can be good. I think it's good to have a purpose and like there has to be, yeah, kind of, yeah. Well, I think we have to find a way that we can be of service to somebody else because sometimes I think that's why a lot of people do get into depression. I'm wondering as time goes on, will we end up in a problem where we can no longer be of service to each other because everything becomes automated? And how can we be of service to each other then if people are relying on technology to give them the answers? Hello, Death Gaming. How you doing? I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Make sure you follow. So, like, yeah. So when once it's all took over, and then people relying on AI to help them with everything, what's going to happen then? We're all just going to like, hello, Becky 21. How you doing? Like, how are we supposed to, yeah, move on from that sort of thing? What if you can't actually feel romantic emotions? I have SDAM. I only see girls as sexual partners. I suppose, yeah, that can happen. I mean, is that like a common thing or is that like a rare thing that you have or something? There's some people that have it the other way around, like asexual, where they can have a romantic bond with somebody, but they have no sexual bond or something. So that can happen as well in some cases. Anyway, um, I caught ADHD off my what the hell? Oh, God's sake. I was going to talk a little bit about because this whole autism thing. So I was talking about this earlier with somebody that like everybody seems to be autistic now. Like everyone's getting diagnosed or self-diagnosed. And what do you think about that? Is that something that some people seem to be wearing it as some kind of aesthetic? Do you think that they're actually really autistic, or do you think they're just kind of putting it on for like the aesthetic? Because everyone wants to be different. Everyone wants to be unique, a unique snowflake or something. I guess I'm doing all why. What if so? Yeah, so you can't feel romantic feelings. I guess you would just kind of like I don't know, become like a sort of go and sleep with somebody. I don't know. That isn't really interested in committing or something like that as in a romantic way. Unique snowflakes. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Liquid Denmark. What's up with aliens and anal probing? What are they looking for up there? Oh, God. I'm not autistic, FFS. I just can't. I'm not saying that you're autistic. I'm just talking about, like, I just thought I'd bring up the topic where everybody seems to be autistic now with all the people just, oh, I'm autistic. But I mean, I actually have a diagnosis. So, but in terms of like, it just seems as though like so many people are just kind of wearing it as like an aesthetic or something. Like, I don't know. So I'm just wondering what you guys think about that because so in some cases, some people. Another one is that sometimes people might use it as an excuse again, like the BPD thing. Is it that sometimes people will use certain? Oh, I'm autistic. That's why I'm a bad person, or something like that, or whatever. Because they're like a way to. It's like a get out of jail free card or something like that. Where it's like, oh, I've got this and that, and it's like, oh, oh yeah, that kind of yeah. You know what I mean? That they use it as some excuse as like a scapegoat or something like that. A lot of people like to find some scapegoat to get them out of any trouble using mental health. It's like, remember there was that Greg Wallace thing where he was apparently making some sexist comments or something, and he said, oh, it's because I'm autistic, so therefore, that's why I did it or something, that he apparently had undiagnosed autism or something. seemed a bit convenient. I don't know. Hello, Javid. I've never seen Benny Hill. I just know the theme where it goes. You know, it's Benny Hill theme. That's all I know about Benny Hill is just the theme from it. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I know from Benny Hill. So anyway, welcome in everybody. Hope you're well. If anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. Yeah. So anyway, what we're saying, fixed design says, but this and ADHD wasn't known until recent years. Am I right? Seems like we're just keep getting brainwashed by some new terminologies. Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I get what you're saying. There's a lot of I do feel like ADHD is a real phenomenon, but what I do feel like as well. Hello, Uno. Good to see you. How you doing? That at the same time, I feel like there is a real phenomenon, but I also think that environment plays a part as well with ADHD. I believe. I mean, the modern diet. I don't think it's going to help, is it? A lot of this hyper processed sugary food, do you think that might be playing a part in some of these symptoms, as well as social media, how that can really sort of, shorten people's attention spans and stuff? So it's probably a combination of a lot of that stuff is not helping. So, yeah, I think that could definitely be a contributing factor. Um, where do you think you'll go when you die? I'm going to Valhalla. I don't know. I was talking about this whole spirituality concept and whether or not we have a soul and we, go somewhere else when we die, or is that just it? It's hard for me to think that I just was not around for forever and then I have a little life and then that's just it. I just I find it hard to wrap my head around such a thing that I came about and then puff, I'm gone and that's it forever. Hannah says, I like your opinions. Yeah, it's just like, I'm unfiltered. That's the thing. I mean, I don't like to sugarcoat things, but yeah, I like to feel like I'm being honest and real and not sugarcoating but some people can take issue sometimes and I don't mean to hurt people. It's just sometimes I say things in a certain way that can be quite blunt. There must be something more to this world. Yeah, it does feel like that, you start questioning everything, right? But I was on about this whole religion argument and like, what kind of God has created this world? If it's God, then what kind of God is it then? Because it doesn't sound like an all loving God to me. Um, yeah, some condition can't make me crave anything. I only eat when I'm hungry and don't have a favorite in anything. Oh, really? What if you have no soul? Maybe, but it's just we're talking about this whole thing with like science because science can't seem to be able to fully explain how matter can form into like conscious like sentience, as in like to have subjective experience. I don't really understand how, because I know Jade was trying to explain it to me, but I just don't really understand it. And a lot of scientists out there do not understand either how that could even. I died on a night out and came back. Oh, really? Sure thing. Too fast to track. Hi, how you doing? Hope you well. Hello, Tasha. Nice to meet you. How you doing? I unit. I'm about 6'4". Yeah. What's that? My heart stopped. Oh, really? What are your thoughts on near-death experiences? Some people say that they're not real or something like that, and they're just. So we were talking about that yesterday about hallucinations in the brain. So I talk about astral projection and all that. But in terms of like consciousness and stuff, it's like I don't know. It's a very tricky one, and scientists still can't seem to figure out. They call it the hard problem of consciousness. That's what scientists refer to it as. So any scientist that's honest will just call it the hard problem because they're not just going to say that we know for sure how it manifests. Now that they can say, oh, it's electrical signals in the brain and stuff like that, but in terms of the mechanism, in terms of how that even happens, it's just like sparks that into reality that's 177. Is that what you are? No, about 194 centimeters, something like that. I am. And Hannah's 5'10". That's pretty tall for a woman. I also had a heart attack where I died for 20 minutes and I saw nothing. Yeah, it depends. Some people see nothing. Some people see something. I guess it just kind of it's one of those things, really, isn't it? Hannah says, yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was talking about some female that was, the one that I was talking about, the one that was with this partner guy. But she was actually 5'11", so she was actually quite tall for a woman. But yeah, I don't talk to her anymore. She don't talk to me either because, well, like I said, I've exposed her and. Anyway, yeah, go back to spirituality. Yeah, hello, Google Chrome. Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm Donald Trump, and I really appreciate your presence. Oh, you're from South Africa, Natasha. Okay. Oh, you're 162 centimeters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot shorter than I am. Well, I think it's very important to think about this life and hereafter because no way am I here on this world for no reason. Just taking eyes, for example, the way were created and how they work definitely indicates higher intelligence. I guess it depends. Going back to the whole intelligent design versus evolution and all that. I mean, there's all like arguments on both sides, and yeah. Anyway, so the second tallest wins an interview with you. Oh, really? I don't know what you mean. Thank you for the gift, Alexandra. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Welcome in here. Hope you've all had a good day. Hello, farted and sorted. Oh, good. Here we go. Welcome in here. How are you doing tonight, everyone? Nice to meet you all. It is strange we can observe our own thoughts. Yeah, that's the thing. Someone was talking about a form of intelligence that most people don't have is the ability to observe your own thoughts and actually kind of like criticize it in real time, thinking like my thoughts. Why am I thinking this? Why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? Because a lot of people don't have that ability, it seems, or at least they've kind of not tapped into that ability to do that. Yeah. What's that? Tallest? What's that? Who's the tallest? No. It's just it's not real. It's just a joke. Yeah. Anyway, based on hype or movie, what's that? Oh yeah, the Alden you're on about. Yeah. Hi, Steve, England. Blimey, you've been on for a while. Yeah. I didn't know you was there. Something. I guess you've been watching. Have you been watching the whole time, Stevie? Anyway. OMG, my autocorrect is on steroids. Oh god. Yeah, the autocorrect can be annoying, can't it? Yeah, for real. Yeah. Yeah, it can definitely be. Liquid says if all religions are real, the god and Odin is also real. Yeah. There's like hundreds of different gods, isn't there? Only one of them can be real, right? Hello, Brian. Good to see you again. How are you doing? You okay? Have you been doing a workout today, Brian? When are you going live again, Brian? Yeah. Hope to see you live again soon. Yeah, tap your screens up, everybody, and share the live. No, there is only one truth. You can't have multiple gods because you will have disorder in the universe. Oh, yeah, some people believe in a thing called pantheism or whatever, where there's multiple gods or something. Which is actually pantheism is more about like people think that um, the multi. I think it's like multiple gods or something. What do I believe in? I don't even know what to believe in at this point. There's just so much contradictions with everything. I mean, I don't know. It's a difficult one, really. I mean, it's tricky. I believe in nature, I guess. Yeah. That's all I can really believe. It's like, yeah, there's nature, there's things that happen in nature, and I don't necessarily know if there's, intelligence beyond that as in like an intelligent design, but there is things that some argue that indicate intelligent design. But I'm like, when I look around me, I'm thinking, what kind of God has created all this? For all we know, we could be formed by some kind of master race or something. I'm not, yeah, not too bad, thank you. Oh, you're going live in a few minutes. Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, I hope you do well with that then. What's your plan then? Were you doing some burpees or something like that? Yeah. I saw you doing, what was it, 10 pump burpees or something the other day? Yeah, they're quite a challenge, aren't they? Unnatural creation. What do you mean, unnatural creation? What are you trying to say? Like, I don't know. Folk busy tapping. Yeah, thank you very much. Got over 10,000 likes. Thank you very much. Yeah. What's that? Liquid says, well, God came after all this. Really? Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you, Brian. So, what's your plans then with the workout? Yeah, I might do some workout later, actually. I might do some like body weight rolls and stuff like that. Try and hit the back and stuff like that. Do you ever do Cossack squats? They're a good one for like working on mobility and it's more of a unilateral focus with like leg training, so get a lot of strength and mobility from that exercise. So it's a good one. I quite like doing them. I've been trying to practice it and get good at them. And yeah, because when I first tried doing like the Cossack squats, I was struggling with like the mobility, but my mobility in my legs has improved a lot. So yeah. Um yeah. Hi Rich Lag, how you doing? Well, if aliens are real, some undeveloped species would see them as godly. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, some people also could say that aliens invented us or something, but then also somebody would have invented aliens as well. It could go on for infinity. So maybe God is just infinity then. Infinite regression, because you could argue that if we are created by some race, that not isn't necessarily God, but maybe God is infinity, is something that the whole as above, so below thing, and like, if it's like we create things and then the other things create us, they were created by other things. How about that? It could go on for infinity. And maybe infinity is God. God is everything. It's Yeah, it's all encompassing. How about that? That's quite profound, isn't it? So we can't necessarily sort of yeah. Hello John. Thank you, John. Hi James. I'm all right, thank you. How you doing? Hi Sankey. Hello 98. Good to see you. Yes, as I was just talking to my dad about, nothing has a beginning or an end. Yeah, so like to think that your universe has a beginning or an end is kind of like a limited way of thinking, I guess. It's yeah, been a great show. Oh, thank you. Man has a limiter on his perception. Yeah, because I was thinking about like eternal life and stuff like that, and I'm thinking to myself, how can there not be a beginning to that? And it's like, or how can there not be an end to it? Because you think of like, but then time itself is also infinite and like. Hello, John. Oh, thank you for subbing. So, like, time is like, we think of time and we think, we've got to think outside of that in terms of at least linear time. We think of time as this linear thing. Well, what if there's multiple dimensions of time? And what's a Molly house? You mean a dolly house? Or something? I don't know what you're talking about. When consciousness expands, limiter comes off, right? So yeah, it's just everyone has their own perception. Hello, Michelle. I'm all right, thank you. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. This phone's about to go off, guys. My battery is about to die. So yeah, but we'll be getting going pretty soon. I have to get to the shop in a bit. Hello, Al Kiowa. So consciousness can process. So I was thinking about infinity and like how, because I don't think they've necessarily found a God particle. What if particles continue to go down and down and down? Because remember, they found quarks inside It says 1% battery on my end. What do you mean you got 3%? You got 3% battery. It will die any second probably, but um, like I said, it's like they found things like neutrinos, which are like really, really small. They might even be smaller than quarks. I can't remember exactly, but they're extremely small particles. What if there's stuff inside that as well, and it goes on and on and on for eternity? Now we don't know what is going on, like like 1 millionth or you know 1 googolth of a nanometer or something in diameter or something. It's like we cannot even probably comprehend any of that. Hello, Anonymous, how you doing? We talk about a lot of stuff. Hello, Shawsy, how you doing? Oh, my phone's gone off, I think. Yeah, so like it's just I think deep sometimes about things and like what reality is, and I can get pretty profound with these things. I'm like, oh wow, I just thought about like the what is God? Is God infinity? Something is it doesn't have a it cannot be maybe it's more of like, yeah, in terms of anyway. John says if around 108 billion people have ever lived and about 8 billion are alive now, wouldn't heaven be insanely crowded? Yeah, well, what if heaven isn't actually a place at all, or at least not what we think? Maybe heaven is a state of mind, is what I was thinking. Like heaven and hell, states of mind, and we can access them right now, depending on what our perspective is. If we're in a state of, fear and chaos and whatever, that would feel like hell right now. It's just, yeah, in terms of things such as when we do bad things and then we can put ourselves into our own state of hell in a sense. Like we can, if we do something bad and then we feel guilt, for example, we can put ourselves into our own mental form of hell. Um, what's that recantation? What does that mean? In this experimental chamber, we began as all insectoid exo beings who were created by soft flesh organisms. Heaven is a physical AI matrix reality. Oh, really? All right. Yeah, if that's what you want to believe, yeah. Anyway, we'll be getting off soon, guys. So, okay, see you in a bit, John. I might come back on tonight, but hello, Cushim. Be a man, this channel sucks, so well, I'll be whatever I want to be, it's just I don't need to, yeah, you know. But if that's what you want to think, then you have every right to think that. But I hope life treats you well, and yeah, I wish you well. No, we can't comprehend what hereafter actually is because it's sometimes that eyes have never seen before, nor something that couldn't ever be imaginable. This is the thing, right? So, for example, there could be hundreds, thousands, millions of other senses that we have never experienced. Like, for example, if you were born blind, you wouldn't have any concept of colors and shapes and things. I guess you wouldn't have any concept of color, at least anyway, because like the color orange, for example, like how would you explain that to somebody who's never been able to see what the color orange is like? Or if someone's born deaf, what a sound is like, because they're not going to have any concept of that. So who's to say there isn't way more senses out there that are, way beyond our comprehension, that is abstract to us? Because they say stuff like we're only experiencing a limited band of the frequency. You've got like visible light spectrum, but you've got also like UV and infrared, which we don't see any of that. So there was so much of the reality that we're in that we're missing right now, and yeah, it's an absolute mind fuck. Basically, it's like we are yeah, some might say that we need to be limited with the what we see because if we actually saw everything, we would see nothing because it would all look like chaos or something. I remember someone was saying about this um, that we almost have to have like a limited reality because if we saw so much of the reality that we're in, like we wouldn't be able to make out anything basically. If you get me, I hope you understand what I'm saying here. But yeah, it's almost like we have to kind of limit ourselves so that we have any concept of reality. So anyway, that's got quite deep the last part of this live. So I enjoy talking about things like that. It's yeah. Is anybody still there on YouTube? Hope everyone's well tonight. Thank you all for joining me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Let's see how many likes it got, eh? Did I get a lot of likes on the live yet? Let's see how many we've got. 38 likes. Thank you very much. Can we get to 40 likes before I finish? That would be great. Um, what's this? Well, they're saying that there are more galaxies out there, yet people believe in it, but never actually seen it. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. It's like we don't know exactly what's going on. It's like we don't even know if they even went to the moon necessarily. I mean, yeah, I know like most people, you guys probably believe that we did, but like you could argue that there isn't any actual proof, and we don't know what's out there necessarily. That we don't know if they might have found things, and we don't know the half of what's going on out there. We're just fed up. It's like we're kind of like it's like a sort of we're like mushrooms, right? We're kept in the dark and fed on bullshit. The government. That's what the government does, right? They keep us in the dark and they feed us on bullshit. So, do we even know what's going on out there? They tell us that. Well, they were saying that there's this deadly radiation belt, but yet somehow they went through it back in the day and they kind of, you know, apparently that was somehow able to be done, but I don't know, and they were fine. They had no health problems from that. So was that just some excuse or what? I don't know. Why can't they go back? They were saying that there was because there was deadly radiation, but now they say, oh, it's just I don't know. Like they keep changing their narratives. I don't know. It's hello Jim Beam, how you doing? Hello Michelle, how you doing? So I don't know what you guys think. Did we actually go to the moon? Hello Jeremy, how you doing? Did we actually go to the moon or not? What do you guys think? So I always remember, talking about this with someone the other week because yeah, there's some evidence you could argue that we did, but like it's just I don't trust anything from like mainstream sources, generally speaking. It gets very fuzzy when we look at the infinitesimally small. It gets very fuzzy when we look out into the distance. We're being played, Jemmy. What are you trying to say? I mean, I remember there was different theories about the universe, like holographic universe and things like that. Hi, Susie. I think we did actually. So you think that we did? It just seems a bit strange, like because they were saying that we should have colonized Mars by the year 2000 or something. It's like, why are we still so far behind with when it comes to like space exploration and stuff like that? When you know, like it's been so long, it seemed to be so easy to do back then, but yet now in 2026 and we're still stuck on Earth pretty much. It just seems a bit. I don't know. Then we need to ask questions about. Now they might say, "Oh, it's because they haven't got the money or whatever to they don't want to be like wasting money going back there or whatever." But I don't know. It's just back when 50 odd years ago, it seemed so easy to do then. Literally, NASA was only formed like 10 years before they went to the moon. It was and they just went up there, first attempt, managed to get it successful. Apparently, I don't know. Also, fundamental question a human should ask: Who is God? Is there God, or who am I? Why am I here? Yeah, this is the thing. Maybe God is infinity. Um, Maybe that's what God is. It's just infinity. So anyway, hello, Druva. How you doing anyway? Welcome in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. That would be really appreciated. So I don't know. Maybe we did go. Maybe there's, I don't know. Or maybe we did go, but there was like a secret space program. That's another theory as well, that they're trying to hide something. Like maybe some say that we did go, but the footage was fake or something. I've heard that theory as well. I mean, what you guys think? Could the footage be fake or something? Is it like trying to? Yes, I honestly do, because we're too busy making wars, but we haven't even learned how to get along on bloody Earth. Never mind anywhere else. I don't know. It's just I don't know. There was this supposed like space race thing, and then like some said that the Americans went to the moon to try and cut. Well, they faked the landing to cut corners or something. That was one of the theories. I don't know, but yeah. Hi, Javid. How are you doing? Hope you well. I don't know. Really, it's just kind of embarrassing, really, to think that a lot of things have not really come that far. Shouldn't we have had flying cars by now or something? Shouldn't we have had like flying cars and whatever else that they were saying by now? Like, I would have thought that would be here by now or something. Wasn't that supposed to be here by now? Flying cars. That should be something that is like commercially available, like where people could buy them, just like almost like having their own aircraft or something that's like a car as well. And it's just, shouldn't we be at this point advanced enough to have that? In some ways, it seems like technology really hasn't come on that far. I don't know. In some ways, technology's really come far, like with AI and things like that. But in some ways, technology just seems to have kind of stagnated. It's like you got say, like some of the infrastructure and stuff, like the trains and things like that. A lot of them just feel. I mean, in some countries, have come on a long way, like maglev trains and stuff like that, and these are like advanced technologies. But in some places, it feels like the technology is being held back. A little NW banditry. Some people are saying that we should have like solar highways and things like that, and which would give more power and stuff like that. But it seems like maybe it's because the grid doesn't want things like that. The energy grid would just kind of go out of business if we had solar highways or something like that. And I don't know. Planned obsolescence. Yeah, a lot of what you mean too much freedom. Hello, James. Who's got too much freedom? Bro, have you heard of this theory that our entire universe is inside a black hole? I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. But I just not walk nonsense here. I don't talk walk nonsense. Um. Anyway, is everybody all right tonight then? They've had handheld GHZ processing power since the late 50s. Yeah, isn't like what is it called? Like these like military and stuff where I've heard that thing where they suppress like technology, not suppress, but they drip feed technologies out basically. Like they have access to it a lot sooner than we have it basically. Like computers, for example, I remember like it was way before they were available to the public. So yeah. Anyway, what's that, Javid? Sorry. First things first, Jim, we have to rebuild the citadel and hold off the death of the universe while inside of a time loop reality. That sounds messy. Um, what happens when the witch drives a car? Broom, broom, broom. Oh God. That is a terrible. That is terrible. Um. Anyway, so like, yeah, I need to probably get off soon, but I've been kind of getting a bit addicted to this shit. Been on it a bit too much, to be honest, really. But I've been trying to just build the momentum on here, and yeah, I want to just keep on, progressing with all this and get my channel big, and yeah. So hopefully it will keep on growing. So long may it continue to grow and develop. So yeah. Well, thank you all for coming, hanging out and stuff. It's really great to have you all here. So yeah. All right. I might have to, yeah. Broom, broom, broom. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I had an idea of one when what does Santa say when he sees a group of women wearing skimpy outfits? Ho, ho, ho. Don't worry, Jamie. The same being that brings you into a dream reality is going to keep you safe. Okay, well, thank you. I just, oh, really? That's okay. Cool, Titch. Uh, okay. Any more questions before I get off here? Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be getting off in a minute. Any more questions, everybody? Again, if you're new here, please subscribe. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Notice my shorts have been getting like decent views. And my average are getting over 1,000 views, so that's good. Need to just keep on pushing them out, and yeah, might get another short out later. So keep your eye out for that. So yeah, there should be a new short coming out at some point. Yeah. 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 Probably not some AI shit. I probably won't do a whole lot of that, to be honest. I just like to have a bit of fun and mess around with things, really. But yeah, thank you, Shorty. I might be back later, but I know probably been doing a bit too much of this, but just trying to build the momentum, because the more I kind of stay consistent, then the more it's just going to get better and better. So yeah, I've got to not just like drop off and what I mean. It's 'cause I've made a mistake before where I just kind of get fed up and just give up, and then like I've got to just keep the energy up and keep the momentum going. It's easy to lose all that momentum, really. So yeah, um, but yeah, gonna be victorious, eh? Okay, cool. Anyway, anything else before I go then? Any more questions, everybody? So yeah, if you've not got any more questions, then what's this? Hello, next gen. How you doing? I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, you get there. I say thank you. Yeah, a lot of topics that I do, and yeah, yeah, I try and keep it fresh and interesting. So yeah, I made a short last night talking about free food, so maybe you can check that out. But yeah, because a lot of people are like struggling for money and things. So yeah, I like to try and help people and give like advice and stuff like that on if people are struggling. If you want to help any help with like nutrition and like fitness, I can try my best with that. If anyone wants to get fit, anyone wants to build muscle, let me know. What's that mean? 16? What's that about? Sorry. So yeah, Yeah, let you get going in a sec, guys. We're just up to what 4.14K subscribers, so we've just must have just gained another one. Next Gen Blue. So I'm mainly on here at the moment. So I've been doing some busking, so I've just been having a bit of a break from that though. But I want to get back into it again soon. But yeah, I'll see you all probably later on. So yeah. Right. Everybody have a good night.